And good evening, everyone. We're back. Crit and Miss is back with Amongst Shadows and Stone Part 3, finally. I think we've sorted out all of our technical issues that we've been having, but unfortunately,
the big end.
There were some personal issues, some personal things that came up with a few of our players. So unfortunately, we're down a couple of players tonight. But the good news is that leaves more screen time for these two beautiful people right here. I think I'm pointing in the right direction. And we've
Yes.
we've had to do a little bit of juggling to make things work. Christian's very excited because he has been relieved of his duties as co-DM and is going to be joining us tonight as an actual player. So yeah, I can't wait to see what a professional DM is going to be throwing at me tonight.
Some fun times. I've made myself the most stupid character.
Fun for you, fun for the viewers, probably not as much fun for me.
We will have to see.
And see we shall, unless you're listening to this on Spotify, and then you're only going to be hearing it. But believe me, guys, you don't want to listen to this on Spotify. You want to be able to see these beautiful faces. As always, we are joined by the lovely Grace. How are you, Grace?
I am fantastic. I am 4 cups of tea in and ready to be a druid, I think.
Bouncing off the walls from that caffeine hit.
Definitely. One thing's for sure, I am not going to attack anyone tonight. Hopefully.
Well,
maybe.
I might throw in a surprise drow or something like that.
As long as she doesn't take my pendant, then we're cool.
Oh, this character has a pendant as well.
No, but it's alright. I'll give them 3 seconds.
Does she have anything that I can tempt you with by taking it away from you? Not even the sticks in her hair? Maybe a little bird's nest?
No.
Well, before we get started...
I'm sure by now she's picked it out.
He doesn't believe in materialistic things.
Exactly.
I believe in materialistic things because materialistic things are a great way to get your players to do ridiculous things. Let's give people a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen the first episode of Out of the Abyss yet, which went live last night. Tell everyone what happened, Grace.
Well, someone tried to take Thrash's mother's necklace away. Her parents were killed in a house fire, and that was sort of the last thing she had of them. And they tried to take a necklace away, and Thrash tried and failed to claw their face off. Did not go well.
Didn't go quite
yeah.
as planned. Or actually,
definitely not.
I say planned, but I don't think it really was a planned event.
Not really.
I'm gonna lift the screen a little bit on that one. That is a CR8 monster or enemy. So a little bit of a spoiler for you guys at home if you haven't watched that episode yet. It does lead to some fun times and some interesting things. And I've been working on a new little gameplay mechanic. Christian, did you manage to catch us for that stream last night? Or
I did not. Sorry, I was busy with work. But it did sound very interesting.
It was a lot of fun. I got the opportunity to preview a new mechanic that I've been sort of playing around with in my head, and that is formally introducing complications to skill checks that are failed by a certain amount.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
So one of the problems I've had as a DM in the past is, someone will want to do something. I'll be like, okay, roll a strength check or a dexterity or whatever, and they fail it and they go, well, I'm going to do it again. There was no penalty for failure, so I've always tried to introduce a penalty, but now I've made it a little bit more official by telling the players if you fail by a certain amount, I will introduce a complication. So, for instance, last night they tried to use an arrowhead and a shaft from a crossbow bolt to pick a lock, which is it's creative and it's a little bit wild. I said it was going to be difficult, but they tried it anyway, and I think you rolled a natural 2. They gave me the opportunity to introduce a complication to that, and the complication that I introduced is a fairly simple one. The arrowhead got stuck in the lock. So,
okay, so they couldn't do it anymore.
So now they can't pick the lock anymore, and if the jailer returns at some point, they're going to see an arrowhead stuck in the lock, which is going to make things just a little bit more complicated for them. But it also works the other way around, because if they're like extremely successful with a check, so someone rolled a natural 20 on a check, I will introduce like either a complication for my monsters or my creatures, or something that will help them out. So in this instance, while they were performing a check, they found the broken crossbow bolt shaft, which they then got to use in their inventory because they had nothing else, because they're prisoners. And I won't spoil too much more than that. Anyway, you're going to be playing a character tonight, Christian. Why don't you take a little bit of time, introduce who that is?
So, if any of you follow Hermes D&D services on Facebook, you've already seen a little picture, as well as I guess a small little snippet of the character. I'll leave some of it still to investigation for when he finally gets announced and shown in today's session, tonight's session. But his name is Hakim. He is a Drake Warden. I've always wanted to try these new subclasses that have come out with Fizbent's dragons and Witch in the Wildlight and all of that kind of stuff. So he's a Drake Warden, and he is the Kalishtar race, which I've never tried before. So they're the more kind of psionic, talking to people through their kind of mind, and actually having a couple of racial traits that have to do with that, like mind link, severed dreams, mental discipline, a couple of cool things that aren't often seen and used because everyone's always playing a lot of generic things sometimes. So there's some underplayed options like him, Grung, some cool races. So yeah, he's a Drake Warden, Hakim, and his one thing that I will give out for now is he is blind. So I actually have I've taken away my 60 feet of dark vision and my normal sight completely.
And that's balanced out how?
That is balanced out by his Drake Warden, which we will all see soon.
And last little snippet, so people can get like an idea in their head of what they're looking at. What does Hakim look like? Does he look anything like the rapper of the same name? No. So Hakim is very much wearing a lot of hide armor with different kind of plates across it, like hide plates. Not obviously the most extravagant. He's only a level 3 person, but hide armor. He's carrying across his back a great sword. Probably nearly the same height as his own body himself. A lot of his clothes and colors and everything are in different shades of gray and blue. And atop of his shoulder is his little Drake Warden, which because of his level is only tiny, so it's probably still the size of maybe like a cat. So it rests atop his shoulder, and it is a white dragon. So it matches his white hair and milky white blind eyes. Grey and blue, very fashion conscious, in other words.
Yes, he likes to look nice, despite the fact he can't see what colors he's picking.
Well, I don't see much reason why we should delay the action any longer. I have to go to work tonight, so let's get this out of the way. Let's get into the action. Boost my mic. Okay, absolutely will. There we go. How's that? Better? There we go. Yeah, I have a tendency to talk at different volumes. At times I'm shouting and I'm way too loud, and then other times I'm way too quiet. So there we go. All right, let's get into some action. Now, for tonight's stream, I am going to be taking over the role of not only the civilians, which had been rescued from the demon attack on Dunbridges. I will also be taking on the role of Count Goldream. Now, the previous battle has left Count Goldream, an elderly man, on best of days, feeling a little bit worn down. So he might be taking a little bit of a back seat to this adventure to allow these two other players to take the spotlight. So, who's ready to play some D&D?
I am keen.
All right. Well, sorry guys, you heard it. No one wants to play D&D.
Oh.
We'll go back to the music. Everyone seemed to be pretty keen on the music, so we'll just go back to that.
It was a good
Jokes. Let's go. Transitioning in 3, 2, 1. Or are we? No? Yes? There we are. We have done it. Everything seems to be functioning tonight the way that it should be. That's a nice little change. So
Huzzah.
you guys should be seeing if all things are working the way they should for you guys as well. An irregular shaped cavern in which you guys had just by the skin of your teeth managed to flee into. There was a large boulder which Roald Fletcher had moved to block off the entrance. Butterfinger had managed to move the rock with the assistance of someone else and his spectral hand, just enough for him to squeeze through. And from the other side, with the help of, I believe it was it Kairik? I don't think it was Kairik. No, it was Gordanthu. They were able to move the stone out of the way, and everyone was able to flee this demon attack and gather themselves in this small irregular cavern. Now, as we pick it up, Gordanthu and Kairik, and Niels Chedesk, sorry, are currently pushing that stone back into position. Thistle, you're there. Count Goldream is there. All of the civilians are there, but unfortunately the Ronin had to sacrifice himself for you guys to be able to escape from this demon attack. What do you want to do, Thistle?
I think she's a little bit shell-shocked. Like, I mean, you know, she was a noble, like she's lived her life in splendor. She's never had to do anything like this, and she sort of had a moment of bravery and then felt like she lost. So I guess she's a little bit down on herself. She's very hurt, and you know, I guess she's just upset about the loss of her friend that she only knew for a very short time. So she'd just sort of be sitting down in like total, you know, like ambivalence, I guess, because she's never really had to do anything this hard in her life. So I guess that's sort of what's happening with it.
And as that heavy stone falls with a thud up against the opposing wall, and the last lights, the last remnants of moonlight are shut off from this cavern, the whole cave is suddenly cast just in an inky blackness, and you're unable to see anything for a few seconds. But after a moment, you hear the muttering of Count Goldream as he begins to cast the light spell. And he holds up his shield, and the light starts emanating from his shield, a bright white light. Let's just go over to this one and cast that spell. Let's have a look. No? How do I bring up this character? There it is, character sheet. Sorry guys, this is the first time I've actually been using a character in above VTT. So, let's have a look at his spells, and we'll have a look at the light spell. Where is it? Should be one of his cantrips. There. And we'll send that. No, you can. No, you can't. Let's see if, send to game log. There we go. So, you touch one object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. Until the spell ends, the object sheds bright lights in a 20-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 20 feet. So, yes, a bright white light is suddenly conjured into existence, shining from Count Goldream's shield, almost like a torch, as it were. Look at that. I'm going to say, 20 foot. outwards, just so we know exactly how far that light travels. And all of the people sort of gather here and go down through Silver Scar. She sort of says very loudly, Niels, there on the ground. There's a large iron bar. Use that and prop it up against it. And Niels sort of picks up this iron bar, and it's quite heavy. So Gordanthus sort of helps him lift it, and they prop it up against the stone, barring the entrance into this cavern. And there seems to be a like a notch where it's been worn into, as if this has been done many times in the past. What do you want to do?
Well, Thistle, seeing them trying to close the door, would probably go and help. So she just wanders up and she's like, "Can I help?" Or
I think we've got this pretty well under control. How you holding up, lass?
Well, not great. I mean, I've been better, I guess. Yeah. You know.
What about the swordsman?
Right.
What happened to him? I didn't see what became of him.
He's with the ancestors now.
And you see Kairik Ants sort of dip his head and make sort of a holy symbol sort of motion. And Gordanthus sort of says, he died a hero, he died saving us. We can't stop now. If we hang here too long, those things might find a way in. We've got to keep going. Does anyone know where this cave leads? And she looks around to the rest of the people, and everyone sort of shaking their head. They're all very worked up.
Okay. Well, Thistle sort of looks around, seeing that everyone's sort of freaking out, and Gold Dream is out of action, so she just sort of is like, "Okay, I got this. I am going to find out where this cave goes." And she sort of like takes off in like the nearest direction to her, and takes that metal bar and carves an X into a wall. She's like, "If I'm not back in half an hour, then I won't be coming back." And keeps walking.
Before you leave, Count Goldring pipes up. He says, "Young miss, if I may have a moment. It appears as though you've taken quite a beating. I'm a bit out of breath. I may need some time to recover, but with the blessing of the gods, I may still be able to avail you of some healing." And he's going to cast Cure Wounds, because it appears that he has 2 spell slots left. So I'm going to allow you to roll a d8.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sweet sauce. I can do that. Always get so confused between the D8s and the D10. I think that's it. I rolled a D10.
Oh, you rolled a 10 on a d8. That's quite skilled.
Yeah, I know. Look at. Oh, I rolled a 1 on a
rolled a
D8.
Could we get the dripping a little bit quieter?
Okay, yes, of course.
Just chatting with the chat at the moment, getting everything sorted.
Turn that down a little bit. It is quite loud. It's just the bar is very small, so the difference
It's hard
between...
to kind of.
Come on.
Imagine if it was full volume, just like.
Is that any
dripping.
better?
We'll find that in a second.
So kind of sound effects. Yeah, sounds like you gotta run in the shower. Yeah, well, you know what? I could do with a shower at the moment. If
We'll have to wait a second for it to catch up to them to see if the.
worst comes to
fixed.
worst, I can just turn it off and just have the music running, because the music is what really sets that mysterious vibe that we've got going on.
He's saying that it's all good now apparently.
Oh, sweet.
Shower D&D with like a drink of some sort sounds like therapeutic time to me.
Actually, yeah, that does sound pretty
low
good.
key.
A bottle of spiced rum, a shower, and some D. I don't know how you're going to make D&D work in the shower, but I'm sure that there's someone that can make.
We
a
could
module
like
for D&D.
laminate our character sheets, and then
Oh, bath D&D. Yeah, there you go.
D&D, that works.
You can get like a little kind of floaty to roll your dice in that just sits on the top of the water.
Guys, what a, like,
know the
like one of
nacho
those
ones?
big spa baths, right? With just a floating map in the middle of it. Come on. Come on, that is streaming gold right there. I'm going to make that happen.
Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons Spa House, sponsored by Christmas
Trademarked.
and D&D
Trademarked.
Hermes.
End of the night, it's just 4 people passed out in the spa bath.
Okay, so
All right,
what are
so
we,
you're
what are
going
we
to
doing?
take. You're going to take. What is it? So you rolled a 1, so you got 5 points of healing. How are you looking? You
awesome.
looking a bit better?
I am looking 10,
10.
so
And what's your
that
maximum
is-
hit points?
18.
18. Count Goldream says, unfortunately, the gods were not with me this time. Please, allow me to try again. He cast the spell again. Roll another d8.
Awesome. Okie dokie.
The next evolution of
Rolling
Twitch's hot tub trend.
You heard it right here, guys. I'm going to make a patent for that.
Let's make it happen.
I want royalties.
Just the 4 of us at like our public pool with like this nacho boat, and we're just rolling.
Public pool, what, over at Riverway? No, thank you.
Oh,
I'll give that a
yeah.
miss. Yeah. So roll. Did you roll another d8? Yes, you did.
I got a 4.
4. So you're gonna get back another 8 hit points. There you go. You're back up to
Oh,
full
awesome.
health.
That's awesome.
Um,
Love it.
As you go to move past Kairik Antasar, he sort of takes you by the elbow as you're moving past, and he says, "Be careful, girl. You're not looking so good there."
What do you
There's a little-
mean? What do you
a
mean?
fl-
Oh.
A fly wisps out of like a wound on your shoulder.
And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just like pretending everything's okay, spotting the fly. Yeah, no, I literally have no idea what you're talking about. And she's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lead us to victory. This is good practice for when I rule my father's kingdom. If I can do this, then I can do anything. She's like, just down the hallway, like big ball of sunshine, ready to just probably not hurt anything, but give it a stern talking to.
And Count Goldream will also cast light on something of yours. Do you want to take his shield, or do you want him to cast light on something else?
Can I summon the bear and have him cast light on my bear?
I don't think there's anything in. It does say one object, so I'll tell you what. You can summon the bear, and you can tie something onto the bear, and have that thing be the source of light, if that's what you want to do.
Sounds good. So, she summons her. If I've still got it here, I may not. I think I've run out. Nope, I have not run out of spell slots. Perfect. So, I summon my beast, which is a small bear. That looks very scary, but it's so small that it's like basically nothing. And I just sort of take out one of both of the scrunchies, I guess, whatever medieval equivalent that would be, out of my hair, and sort of snap them in half and tie him to the bear's neck. And I'm like, light.
There you go. There's your bear just above Kairik Antasar there. So he
Should you
now
use
has-
your bedroll and wrap it around so the bear has like a cape that flows as running?
cloak of billowing on Fairy White.
This is giving me everything.
Alright,
But yeah, she's ready to go and take on the world, and I don't remember the stats for this bear, so I better look them up.
Yeah,
real
you look that up.
snappy.
While we switch over to someone else, I will reveal some of the fog here. There we go. Hakim.
Yes.
Fleeing from this demon horde, you found sanctuary in a cave, being unperturbed by the Stygian darkness. You fled in here, and now you can hear the sound of voices echoing from somewhere down the hall.
Okay. I'm still in complete darkness myself. Obviously not needing to have a torch lit or anything due to my blindness. Now I do have, as my fighting trait with Ranger, blind fighting. So I can have 10 feet of sight around myself for anything. So I'm kind of just on edge, wielding my great sword in a stance, getting ready to swipe at anything that's close by when I do hear the scattling. And my little companion, who I've already used one of my summons for here, so I'll tick the box to say that that's summoned. But my little companion, Soul, is his name. A white baby dragon, a white baby drag, is more or less my eyes for me. He has dark vision up to 60 feet and telepathically communicates with me. We both speak Draconic as our one of our languages. So I'm basically just going to ask him what he's kind of like, if he sees anything up ahead. He mentions that he doesn't see anything as of yet, and he's not too sure. So I'm going to kind of just take it slow and I guess try to do a... not metagaming, I don't know if it's friend or foe up ahead. I'm going to do a... let's see, language, speech habits, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to do an insight check on the voices that I can hear to see if they sound malicious, friendly, just from kind of like the pitches, tones of voices. Obviously I can't hear what everyone's saying, but I would like to do that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you would have definitely heard what Goddamn through Silver Scar was saying, as he habitually talks way too loud.
Not the best perception. Okay, I'm still going to be on edge, so I won't move my way up. I'm going to move to probably... I would like to say, let's select myself 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so I can get to there. I'm just going to go to the corner with my little dragon friend. And I'm just going to sit right on the corner with my sword at the ready to not attack something straight away, but to attack if I get attacked. So I'm just going to wait for it to turn around the corner, whatever is approaching.
Are you doing so quietly?
Yes.
Alright, roll a stealth check for me. Let's see how quiet you can be.
Not the best, but not the worst.
A 14. What is Thistle's passive perception?
Thistle's passive perception is 15, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I think she would be very distracted.
Okay.
I don't think she's taking notice at all. It's a 15, so I would beat it, but she's probably just ignoring it. I doubt she's paying a whole lot of attention. In my head, I'm sort of seeing her walking down this hallway singing the bear hunt song.
Okay.
Like, we're going on a bear hunt.
So,
she's not paying attention.
Fair enough. I'd say we'll just use the standard -5 to your passive perception. So you don't notice Hakim as he edges his way along this 5-foot wide cave corridor. You reach the end of the corridor. I'm assuming that you're feeling the wall as you're going along. So you reach the end, and your dragon can now see the bright light coming down the hallway with an elf and a tiny little Berry White coming down the length of the hallway, making their way towards you.
I would like to, just quickly, I think Gold Dreams characters still up everywhere. I would like to use my racial trait of Mind Link. So I can telepathically speak to any creature I can see within 30 feet. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand you, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language. As an action, I just do this. It's just an action, so there's no sort of limit on it either. I can do this just infinitely, basically, just mind link with someone. So as she gets close, so she doesn't know where the voice is coming from, not out of her head or anything, I'm going to speak to Thistle that I don't know and just say, who goes there?
And Thistle sort of jumps back, like, oh my god, are you God? Am I dead? Did I die?
No, you're still fine. You all, as far as Soul is telling me, seem... You're not demons, are you?
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay. I was traveling along some of the roads, trying to get towards a town south. Apparently there was a tavern there that handed out missions for adventurers, and I ended up running into several demons, had to flee from them, and I managed to make my way into this cave, and I've been waiting ever since. They keep patrolling every so often at the front. Okay. Can I trust you?
I mean, I think I'm very trustworthy.
Inside joke.
You can if you want to. I'm quite happy to do PvP.
Oh, that is a nat 1.
Nat 1. No, you think she's gonna kill you and take your soul.
Still in this mind link. I want to get out of here. Demons are obviously worse than anything else. I will travel with you, and I'll finally reveal myself stepping around the corner. But I do not trust you, so would you like to go first? And I kind of like insinuate my hand, not really in an asking, it's kind of like a a closed question where I'm more so like guiding you to go first because I don't trust you behind me.
Fair enough. And this all sort of, as she takes you in, notices your dragon, and is like, oh, can I pet your dragon?
No. Soul is close to me.
Okay,
Very
well,
white
I
turns towards
propose
you.
a trade.
Thistle with a very jealous look in his eyes. He's like,
I propose a trade. You pat my bear, I pat your dragon.
Maybe if we get to know each other better.
That sounds like a plan. So I guess I go back into the cabin where everyone else is, leaving Barry there. Would this all be able to tell that he's blind?
Yes. Obviously, you'd have the light on your shield, so you'd very obviously be shining on his face, and it's complete like grayed over eyes, no irises or anything.
Okay, well, Thistle's gonna leave Barry there just because she senses that, you know, he probably can't really see very well. And so, you know, she just wants him to know that she's not running away. So she's like, Bear, they, like, you know, just like nudge up against him, and she just turns to him and she's like, I'm not leaving. I'm just going to get the rest of my friends. I will be back in a jiffy. And she sort of runs in.
You're getting more people? I'll like get antsy for a sec.
Yeah. There's more people.
Very white looks towards you, Hakim, looks back towards Thistle, and with a grunt, plops down on the ground.
Okay. I guess I'll... If anything goes wrong, I will defend myself, but you are welcome to leave.
Okay, well, just so you know, you have my full trust. I will be back. And Thistle just sort of like sprints into the cabin. She's like, hey guys, I made a friend. Come and meet my friend. and like, we're gonna get out of here together, yay, woo. And she just sort of like ushers everyone in, just sort of helping Count Goldream up, helping him just walk along, to meet what she thinks is her new friend.
All of the people share worried looks amongst each other. Count Goldream accepts your help and walks towards the front, and he addresses you and he says, "Of what do you speak, girl? There's someone in here?"
Oh yeah, I met him. I can't really remember his name, but I can't really remember anyone's name. But he's my friend now, and he has a cute little baby dragon, and we're gonna get out of this cave with the power of friendship.
Count Goldream puts his hand on your shoulder and sort of pushes you to the side, like defensively, as he makes his way towards the front, facing you, Hakim. He says, "Stranger, what are you doing in this place?"
I can say the same about yourself, but very obviously, looks behind and sees probably the kind of group of people starting to usher their way a little bit here now. We all seem to be fleeing the demons.
And how do we know that you are not aligned with these unnatural beasts?
I can say the same for yourself, I guess. We're all on edge at the moment, but I've been stuck in here for a while now. Getting out is not the easiest thing. There are several creatures in these caves, and it turns into somewhat of a maze. So, as begruntled as we both seem to be of helping each other, it may be the best thing, and then we can part our ways once we're out of here.
Evil takes many forms.
Sorry.
Just know this. I don't trust you.
Likewise.
I am going to
come
guess
on, let's not be like that.
Count Goldream to roll an insight check. Let's see how much he does or does not trust you. It's got a +6 to insight. It's going to roll very slowly. There we go. So a 21. What does he pick up from your body language with 21 insight?
Probably more like kindred spirits, I would say, is the best sense. Defensive and on edge, but not really the like slunked posture of some sort of like roguish character, more so shoulders upright, and the kind of like posture that you would expect to see someone of almost like nobility or high stature, or virtuous ways. I guess that's what you would read from the body language.
Yep.
My best explanation.
Count Goldream takes a moment to cast a quick spell, and you hear his voice inside your mind now. He says, "We will work with you for now, but know this, we will have a reckoning. You will explain yourself once we're free from this evil place."
That sounds fair.
Very well. From whence did you come? From this direction here? And he points towards where you just came from.
Yes, I came through the same area as all of you. While being lost, I'd just been using through the left here as a base camp while collecting water from the stream outside. I'd had to hide in here, however, as the demons keep patrolling out the front.
Very well. Remain here. Thistle and I will investigate. And Count Goldream indicates to you, Thistle, that you should follow him, and he takes you into this natural cavern over here.
Okay.
Do you want to go with him?
Thistle follows. Yeah, and she just sort of turns to Barry and is like, "Stay," and then runs after Count Goldream.
So the tunnel here slopes down to only like 5 feet high as it enters into another natural cavern. There's 2 old mouldy cots propped up against the western wall, and a rotting wooden chest located in an alcove just to the southeast. Yep, that's what you see there. The rest of the features of this cavern are very similar, just slate walls, drips of moisture. Do you want to do anything?
I guess I'd like to take, I guess I'd like to take some of the wood, in case we need to build a fire again, or need to hit someone with a plank of wood, since Thistle does not use weapons. So she would just sort of take a plank, any plank, and just a few of them, and she's like, for firewood later. And then, I guess, sort of follows Goldream out if he begins to leave.
You can add a plank of wood with a nail in it. It could be an improvised cudgel if you want to use that. Count Goldream is interested to see if there's anything here that might reveal more about this mysterious person in a cave. So he is going to do a quick investigation check. And he's going to roll a 9. So yeah, I don't think he finds much. Maybe just some signs of recent habitation, but nothing out of the ordinary. So he has no reason to distrust you at this moment, Hakim.
Lovely.
Let me just check something. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Thistle. What do you do?
So Thistle just sort of wanders her way back. I did actually have a... Sorry.
One moment, actually, I forgot to tell you. So you went over to the wooden chest and you pulled a plank of wood off of it. You can see there's actually some things in there. There is an old glass bottle, a steel mirror, and a tinderbox. And there's also
I guess
2 hooks on the wall that we used to hang oil lamps.
Okay, well, I guess instead of taking the wood, Thistle, she's a, so I guess she'd take the hooks instead of the wood because she recognizes it's probably a lot easier to shank someone with a hook than it is with a piece of wood.
Alright, so these hooks are, you can grab one of those, no problem at all. So you have that if you want to use that. Alright, let's move on. Hakim, you see Thistle making her way back down the hallway. Count Goldream just 5 feet behind her. What do you want to do?
I see her. You're teasing me about my blindness. Says Soul sees her and communicates to me. I'll probably see that they've obviously just come. If that pleases you all now, you see what I was speaking about. Just my bedrolls in there and some other broken things left over by miners of past days. That being said, I guess we should explore this cave. I've gone through several times and gotten lost most of the time. It turns into a bit of a maze deeper in, and some of the creatures have stopped me from going further. But with more people, hopefully that should increase our odds. Who would like to lead?
Well, before we go, I've never seen a dragon before. Would Thistle be able to talk to the dragon? She's very fascinated by this. She comes from a very small village in the middle of nowhere. That's why she, has a bear, because she's very familiar with them, and she's just really keen to, know this dragon, because she's like, oh my god, it's a dragon!
Okay, I thought you were saying all of this in third person, still role playing. Can Thistle please see? Okay. How would you like to ask? Or are you just awkwardly, slowly getting closer to Hakim?
She casts Speak with Animals, and she looks at the dragon, and she's like, "Hello, little friend."
Now you have to come up with a voice for your dragon.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So he does have. Let me grab his character sheet. Features. Greek companion. He does have an 8 intelligence, so he is intellectual as a creature. Not extremely wise as most ancient dragons. He does have a high wisdom, but his intelligence isn't insane. The little head kind of turns on the shoulder. Sorry, what was that?
It speaks! And she's just like, she comes up to you. She's like, "Are you a real dragon?"
I guess you could say so. I'm more so a part of Hakim, himself and myself. We are one. It's a bit of an odd question to ask me, I guess. I've not really speculated whether or not I am a true dragon. You give me a lot to ponder about.
Oh, I apologize. But I just thought you should know, I think you're really cute, and I'm really excited because your friend seems like he's really fun, and I can't wait to get out of this cave so I can go home.
Yeah, we've been in here for a while, eating worms. It's not the nicest thing, but Hakim is a lovely person. He is a devout follower of his religion, and just wants to help people if he trusts you. So I can see that there seems to be a bit of tenseness around at the moment, and I'm unable to speak to everyone else, so it's nice to talk to yourself, but you can trust him.
Yeah. So this soul just sort of looks at everyone. She's like, "Follow me." But of course, I'm sure everyone by now would know that she is horrible with directions. So
Well, I was
if
going to
someone
say,
else,
while this interaction is occurring, more and more, Barry White seems to be getting more and more frustrated, and he starts plodding off down the hallway.
Thistle sees this and she's like, Barry, wait, and she just like runs after him.
All right.
Probably picks him up, holds him like, like a little stuffed teddy bear, arms flipping over her arms, just, sort of carrying him like, I guess you would carry a large dog haphazardly.
And Count Goldream says, "You move on ahead. I shall remain behind and keep an eye on the civilians." As he makes his
Okay.
way back to the room.
Okay.
As you kind of catch up to Barry, I would like to do a survival check just behind her, just to see if there's any sort of signs of, I guess, recent. Actually, no one mentioned to Hakim Roald, so I wouldn't know. I guess just general idea of where the exit would be, like any sort of signs of wind, noises, anything like that. Just
Alright,
a survival check for
so
those sorts of things.
Roll. No, I'll get you to roll perception for that one. And, I'll let
Perception,
you know,
okay.
And, then you can investigate it further if you.
Oof!
The
19.
With a 19, you do actually notice some recent activity in this hallway. So the hallway is 5 feet long and it continues for how far? So as far as you can see, at least another 55 feet, and it branches off towards the left, continues on for about another 20 feet before it's curves to the right. I'll just reveal that as well, like so. And you notice 2 pairs of tracks. First pair appears to belong to a humanoid individual, bipedal, wearing boots. Second pair belongs to something that appears to be almost draconic in nature, but much smaller.
Okay. From what I can see, was there someone else with all of you that was traveling? There's human footprints going in that direction, and then some of these creatures that I've been not seeing but hearing and trying to steer clear of went off in the other direction. Was there someone else in your party?
And Thistle sort of looks around, and she's just like counting, like 1, 2, and then she just suddenly realizes, she's like, Butterfinger! And she's just like looking around, like freaking out, like, I guess very cartoonish, I guess, like picking up rocks, and she's like, no, not there, and just like peeking behind hallways, and then she shouts back to Count Goldream. She's like, I think I lost another one.
Count Goldream takes a step into the hallway, looks up. says, Whom? Whom have we lost now?
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger. Fear not. He had dark vision. I'm sure he could find his way through this cave on his own. But we should haste, lest he be in some sort of trouble.
Okay, well, where are the footprints heading? Like, sort of straight on or to the
I'll draw you
left?
a little line, show you which way they're going. In green,
Oh, that'd be
greenish.
awesome.
They're going this way, and then
Okay.
they're branching off towards the north.
Awesome. So I guess, Thistle, never really thinking about anything, ever, just sort of like, turns to Barry and she's like, we are going that way, and then just sort of starts like heading down very quickly, trying to sort of get
Hakim is going to grab your shoulder. Hakim may not be intelligent, but he is wise with his, it's his highest stat. I've only just met you. You seem to be close to Soul. I couldn't understand what you were saying, but I do understand Draconic, so I did hear what Soul was saying during that conversation you just had. If you are friendly, I will do my best to help you out. You, first of all, may not want to be shouting in these caves. It's not the wisest choice with the creatures that are in here. Secondly, make sure that you're being careful looking around for areas. Some of the creatures in here like to sneak up on you.
Oh, and Thistle, realizing she's been really loud, sort of turns to Hakim's like, pull a tap, whisper from, and just sort of like whisper yells, and then once again starts just charging down, not really giving like a rat's.
Wrestle once more with my notes. Okay, fine. I'll just do it this way. So you're making your way down this hallway, I'm assuming. Are you turning to the left, or are you just going straight ahead following those tracks?
Just straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Okay, let me just move this back over to here. And reveal what you can see. So you'll be able to see it there, and I'll give you a little bit of flavor text. So as you enter this this cavern, you can see there's a humanoid skeleton lying on the ground, and it's holding what appears to be the handle of a sword. Yes.
Okay, well, I guess first of all, Thistle's taken back. She's like, I don't want to see that. And then she sort of uncovers her eyes and is like, ooh, shiny. And like goes to sort of pick up the hilt of the sword, and then thinks back to what Hakim says, and then sort of pulls her arm back, and then she's like, so shiny. But I think she probably really wants that sword.
Well,
She's like, Count Goldream, can you do that magic floaty handy thing that Butterfinger can do?
to be clear, it's only the hilt of a sword. So only like the handle parts.
Still shiny though, you can still knock someone unconscious with the hilt of a sword. So she still probably wants.
Okay. Of course. What have you seen? Ah, that is unusual. The flesh has rotted away, the wood remains, but the steel is gone.
Hakim would like to do a... Knowing obviously there's quite a lot of creatures in the cave, your choice of, I guess, either whatever makes more sense, nature or survival, to see what sort of creature might have been able to do this, if anything.
Yeah, I'm happy to let you roll a nature check if you want.
Okay. It beats the 10, but I got an 11.
An 11? I won't give you any exact details, but you know there's like slimes and oozes that are capable of and have a hunger for steel.
Okay. Count Goldream, if I may. I'm a hunter by nature. I've never come across one of these creatures myself, but I do know that there's many things, different critters, rust-eating things, and oozes that sometimes like to devour iron and steel. It may be something like those. I'm not sure, though.
Of course. And I'm going to get him to roll a check as well. But first, I have to swap through his character sheets. Here we go. So everyone can see me do that roll live on Twitch. They can see me roll a natural 1 for the first time. Let's find out. What did I say? A nature check for that one? Nature. Where are you, nature? Reading the wrong thing. There we go. +2 to nature. Let's find out. A 22. Yes, that will give you a little bit more information about what you are potentially looking at here. He says, yes, I have heard of these things. Perhaps there's an infestation of grey oozes. I would suggest perhaps passing by here with subtlety and finesse. These creatures are not quick. If you face them, keep your distance. For if they get near you, their acid is not only effective against steel, I'm afraid. It will burn your flesh right off the bone. We should
Thank you for the concern. The footprints of this Butterfinger of yours continue in this direction ahead of us. I'm going to start slowly taking the lead, but to the right, like in the bottom right corner, Sol kind of explaining the room and the layout and everything, I'm just going to point towards the general direction of the wall, and I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and create harmless tremors there for 1 minute as we continue, just to draw any of these grey oozes that he's explained to us, hopefully in that direction so that they're away from us.
So we're casting it in a sort of wait, let me draw something that'll allow me to circle. There we go. So we're casting it sort of over here.
Yes, correct.
All
And then
right.
as we continue our way north, just to try to draw anything away from us. So that'll last a minute, those just slight tremors.
The ground begins to shake there a little bit. The dust sort of rises off the ground, and as it does so, you can hear like a squelch. Probably, there you go. That's what you hear. And you see this like amorphous like puddle of grey sludge, and it moves a little bit like maybe if you've seen Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, that horrible movie, and the way the the venom sort of crawls along sort of thing. It sort of moves like that, and it's making its way over towards where you caused the tremor. You have a moment to move past if you wish to do so, but you don't have long.
That was in our original plan anyway. Even though we might have a chance to get the jump on the creature, I'm just going to use my movement to move 30 feet north and just try to get away from it. I guess we'll have to do a stealth check though?
Yes. So I'm going to give you a stealth check, but I'm going to give you advantage. For Count Goldream, I believe that's just going to be a flat check. To see if this thing notices you. So
I will have a flat check as well, as I also have disadvantage.
Aha.
I will also have a flat check because I am poisoned.
Everyone's just got a flat check.
Oh no, I'm at disadvantage. I'm at disadvantage, aren't I?
So the advantage will cancel out your disadvantage, and it'll just become a flat check for you.
Okay.
Yeah, even if you've got 2 disadvantages and 1 advantage, it still cancels out to just none. Just a flat. But I got a 14.
Stealth. Alright. Straight up and down stealth check. Count Goldream got a 12. Alright, now I guess I have to check what is the passive perception of a grey ooze. I'm sure it's not high.
Thistle got a 21. For someone who is
Oh, shit.
chronically clumsy, that is a very good roll.
Yeah, that's quite good. Yes. What is the? Yep, no, that's good enough. It doesn't seem to notice you guys as you sneak past. Your plan has worked. You've solved my grey ooze puzzle.
The first of many.
You may move on by.
Yeah, we make our way up with our movement to this little intersection. So I guess, what do we see?
We need to reveal some of the fog there. Oh, messed it up. Try that again. There we go. You get to the end of the hallway there. The 5-foot hallway continues for a number of feet. And I'll just reveal what's around the corner as well. So that's, for those listening, the hallway continued for about 40 feet before it curves off towards the west, and it continues for another 30 feet before it seems to curve towards the north again.
I guess what I would probably do is get to the corner. I'm guessing everyone else is following because we're just trying to get past that ooze at the moment. And Soul would tell me what I see ahead of myself, and I guess Soul, rather than myself, would do a, I guess just a investigation or perception, whatever you think the idea would be, just for making sure there's nothing shady going on in the hallway as we start to walk forward.
Yep, that would be a perception check.
Okay, let me just check. Perception, so that is wisdom. That's mine, and then she's got a +2. Okay, lovely. Natural 20, and the Drake has a +2, so it would be a 22 rather than a 23.
22 rather than a 23. Doesn't make too much difference.
But, yeah, no.
It's quite good. Yeah, you can still see the tracks that you spotted earlier. They continue along this hallway, both of them. But you don't notice anything else untowards.
Okay.
You can hear the sound of trickling water starting to get a lot louder than it was before. Yes, that's what you notice. The sound of water getting louder. You're still in this dark, dank cavern, still complete darkness, and every surface in this cave is like covered in dust.
Awesome. Well, Hakeem would keep kind of meticulously clearing, almost like squad style. As he's doing this, however, Soul is much more playful than Hakeem, and Soul will turn around and like do a little kind of like tongue poke and eye drop towards Barry.
Barry looks back towards your dragon. What's his name again? Sorry.
Soul. S-O-L.
Soul. Barry looks back towards Soul, and he takes like a mock paw swipe at him, and turns back with big puppy dog eyes towards you, Thistle.
Who is not even looking. Like, Thistle's like meticulously, I guess because you said it was dusty, like every 3 or 4 paces she like draws an X and she's like, not gonna get lost this time. And then she just like goes 3 or 4 paces and then another X. She's like, not getting lost in here, no way, not me. And then, you know, she's sort of proud of herself, and then she probably turns back just in time to see Barry turn ahead, and she's like, yeah, no one's getting lost, all thanks to me.
And Barry walks up to you and sort of like nudges your leg like a cat.
Okay, well, Thistle picks up Barry and again holds him, like, you know, carries him like a nice big teddy bear. She's like, let's do this, adventuring together, druid and bear. Hell yeah.
Barry stares daggers at Sol as she does so. Like, haha, I win.
Hakim will, unknowingly to this little duel going on, continue forward to the corner.
All right.
What?
I'll just reveal probably up to there. If you're putting your back up against the wall, sort of shoulder up against the corner and looking what's in there, you can see another cavern. I'll just reveal the whole thing to you because you're going to see it eventually anyway. You can see the cavern is, how big is it? It's about 50 foot long and 30 feet wide, or thereabouts, probably 20 feet wide, sorry. And there's like a stream of water trickling down through a gap in the wall of this cavern, and it's pooling and then sort of running down an incline into what appears to be like a natural sort of well in the ground, and you can hear it's falling for a while and then landing in another body of water. That's all you can hear at this point. The ceiling, about 15 feet high. Yeah, that's what you see.
Okay.
Okay, so would you say the water is falling out of the abyss?
Ho ho ho! Name drop, everybody!
Shameless plug. I'm sorry, I had to do it.
It would more likely be falling into the abyss, but no, I like it. Yeah, no, out of the abyss, everybody. Out of the abyss, episode 2 coming up on the 1st of what was it? May? Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yes, 1st of May, episode 2 of Out of the Abyss. If you haven't caught it last night, it's going to be up on YouTube sometime when I get a little bit of spare time to upload it, which is probably sometime during the week.
Lovely. Well, Sol's vision goes all the way to the back wall, which is 55 feet away, and got a 21 on this perception check. These are some insane rolls. Just to check the room again, make sure there's no signs as far as he's aware of oozes or anything that could harm Hakim as he's trying to protect him.
This up so everyone can see what we're talking about. There we go. All right. So, yes, you make your way into the cavern. Hakim, you can see what I described earlier. Well, you can't see. Your dragon can see what I described earlier. You can't see shit.
Thank you.
You can hear water trickling down from cracks in the western wall, flowing steadily down into a fissure near the center of the room.
Okay.
You can hear that it falls for a time, and it seems to just empty out into inky blackness. If you want to approach this natural well, you can do so if you wish, and you can have a better look down. I can roll over your perception check if you wish.
I'll make my way up. I'll put all the civilians there, and I guess you guys can decide where Thistle and Count Cauldron will go. But Hakim will approach the hole, but I'll let other people decide what they'd like to do before I go.
Yeah, so approaching the hole, you can see that it continues for about 30 feet because you stop at the edge and you look down. You can see with your in dim light, you can see in black and white, in grayscale, the water falling almost like a small waterfall and then splashing into a pool of water about 30 feet below you.
Okay, well, while everyone's slowly making their way up, what Hakim would like to do, I guess, then, being a hunter and with a couple of tactics he's used to catch prey, he's going to pull out from his backpack his 50 feet of rope. He's going to tie probably like 2 rations worth, so I'll just take them off for now, just in case they get taken. 2 rations. To the like into the rope, so just bits of jerky at the end, and start lowering it down there. When it finally gets to like just kind of hitting the ground, because he's just feeling this obviously by touch, and when he feels that the rope slacken a little bit of it hitting the ground, he'll lift it up a little bit just so that it's just off the ground, and then he's going to use thaumaturgy again. You can have 3 instances of it of going at the exact same time. So he's going to create slight tremoring on the ground, as well as the sound of a kind of like fish like slapping as if it's like just been pulled out and it's on the side of a boat. Like a fish is kind of like gulping for air and slapping as if there's a fish there, and that's what the jerky is, making movement with the tremors and noise as he kind of like dangles the rations to see if anything takes the bait.
All right, this if we were playing Pathfinder, this would be the point where I'd get you to roll a profession fisherman check. Unfortunately, that's not part of D&D, but no, that's I like that. Nothing happens immediately, so you see Hakim doing this. What is Thistle doing?
She's just watching in interest. Like, she's like, wow, like, you know, that's actually a smart thing to do, which is the opposite of what I would do. So she's like, oh my god, like, how did he think of that? Like, wow, but at the same time, she's like, I wonder what's happening. Like, you know, just sort of really intently watching, sort of, you know, fascinated, ready for go time, I guess, if
now,
go time does happen.
Hakim wouldn't know this, obviously, but just for future reference for this session, now that we're inside the cave, you're still afraid of the dark, aren't you?
Oh, 100, yeah. So as soon as that light spell runs out, although I do have dark vision, but I don't really think that would help. I think it's just knowing that you're in darkness is probably...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the minute that light runs out, it's ready for panic time, I guess.
The anxiety would be real, knowing that if something were to happen to that light spell, boom, you're in absolute pitch blackness.
100%.
Hakim's going to pull the rope back up, take the rations off, put them back in, and I guess turn to everyone, probably to Count Goldrim, who's been the more authoritarian of the group. Okay, as far as I can see, any of the creatures that had been down this hole have now disappeared. I'd only reached this area once. Other times I'd been pushed back by the oozes. And other creatures inside here, bats, rats. Looks like most of them have gone through different areas, however, now. Are we going to descend? I guess this is the next place. Or did we want to head back? I know the path turned left, but that was not where your friend's footsteps went. They seem to go down here. What would we like to do?
It would appear as this dead end of sorts. Count Goldrim's going to make his way over, and he's going to do a quick perception check to have a look around to see if there's any other exits, which there is not. But he does for a second, like, he steps in the water, and he quickly, like, takes his boot back out of the water, and, like, shakes it off. He's like, whew, it's rather cold.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a look here for a second.
Just sort of while everyone's just having general conversation, Thistle picks up Barry, and obviously having a very good hold on him. The idea is not to drop him, but if I do on accident, I can resummon him. But anyway, picks up Barry.
And you throw him into the well.
No, and sort of like holds him by his middle and really sticks her, like lays down on the ground just to really anchor herself, and puts the bear in the hole because obviously it's a lot of light, and she just wants to see if she can see anything.
Sol tells Hakim what's happening, and Hakim freaks out and like touches around on the ground panically and like grabs your ankles and holds you tight so that you don't fall.
Yeah, so I was going to say, as this is happening, Gordon through Silver Sky does the same thing. So you grab an ankle each, and she sort of hangs over the edge there. So I was going to say, yeah, the weight of a small bear might still be difficult to hold over. But with two people helping you out, let me see. No, you can see, well, Barry can see pretty much the same thing. There appears to be a natural cavern beneath the cavern in which you are currently standing, and there's a body of water. You can see it now with the light source reflecting off the pool of the water. You can see it goes down a number of feet. Yeah, I'd say you have enough information to say it would be safe to jump down. The water will break your fall. if you wanted to do that. But yeah, it's entirely up to you.
I guess just putting Barry up, she looks at Hakeem and she's like, you know that thing you said about being quiet? Would it be a bad idea to speak with anything down there and see what's in there? I mean, it's a cave, there might be bats, like, you know, they could give us a bit of a way out, maybe?
It wouldn't be the worst idea. I've already checked if there's anything that would take the bait for some sort of live creature to make sure we're safe, and we seem to be, but maybe we should still be quiet either way.
I did want to clarify, how long did you leave the rope down there for?
Probably like, I would have left it there for about a minute, just trying to dangle it while everyone was looking around the room.
Okay, alright. Let me just resolve something real quick. I would say, yeah, okay. No worries. Yep, all good.
Okay. Hakeem would kind of turn to everyone else, and Goldroom again. He's probably shaking off his boot at this point. I guess we head down. This is obviously... I'm not sure about the rest of you, but depending on how far it might be to get out of this cave, it might not be the best thing if we are all to die of some sort of hypothermia. You just mentioned that the water seems to be rather freezing.
Yes. It appears
Okay.
to be quite cold. Perhaps
Hakeem's
flow
gonna-
off from the surrounding hills.
Possibly. Hakeem's gonna grab his bedroll, using the leather on it, and wrap it around his tinderbox. Put it back in the backpack, but he's gonna do that before he does anything. So he wraps the tinderbox around in the bedroll, and Hakeem is going to leap first.
Oh, before he does, can I speak with animals to see if there's anything down there? I mean, without metagaming, of course, but I literally, she would just be concerned because, like, obviously it's dark in there, but, like, also...
Maybe while
you know,
I'm wrapping the tinderbox, you could be doing that.
Yeah, so once again, she lays down. She doesn't really care. She shoves her head fully in the hole, and she's like, squee, 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 to see if there's any bats in there. Basically just like saying, hey, is there an exit? If there's anything down here that can talk to me, would really be great if we could have a convo, like a little chat.
And you hear a voice call back. It's like, Mom, I'm playing Fortnite with my friends. Shut up! No, you don't hear that. No. Complete.
I was gonna say Thistle ducks back up, and she's like, "So let me give out a Fortnite."
Complete silence. Nothing replies to you at all, which might be unusual given the fact that you're in a cave. You would assume that there would be creatures who take refuge here.
Okay, well, I guess before Hakeem jumps in, she's like, hang on a minute there, friend. There's nothing in there. Which would stand to reason that there might be something bigger in there. Like, you know, I mean, I don't know how much experience you have with the forest, but, I mean, Barry would tell you that, usually where bears live, not a lot of other things do, because bears are sort of tippy-toppy on the apex predator scale. So, I mean, I don't really think we should go down there. But, I mean, that's just my opinion.
We have no other choice, says Count Goldream as he struggles with the clasps on his armor. He's taking his armor off as you guys are talking, and he is actually going to cast Mage Hands and float his armor down and see if he can deposit it somewhere dry inside there once he jumps down. So he's not jumping into a pool of water.
Still be if he's moving everything down, would he to make most sense? Would he move the shield down first, which has the light bell on it, so that we can see down there?
if you want to suggest to him doing that, he didn't think of doing that. So.
Hakeem definitely would. Hakeem, if you're going to be moving everything down and investigating, it might be best to move that shield down so we can see if there is some sort of area for us to get to from the water. We do not want to leap, obviously, into some sort of just drop that goes with no escape. It may end up being a bad thing for us. Your friend may speak truth. There may be a large creature. There could be a lot of wrong ideas with just going down here. Could you check with the shield first?
Wise words.
And
my
it's
friend.
dark.
He
It is
looks
very
towards
dark.
you, Thistle, and he says, "Steel yourself, girl. It will be very dark here in a moment." And Kairik Antasar actually moves up towards you, Thistle, and he sort of gently puts his arm around you in a sort of comforting motion. As Count Goldream uses his mage hand to carry his shield as well as his... you leave his armor up here for the time being, but to carry the shield down, almost like a drone with a light on it. And it goes down, and you guys are sort of looking. You can see that the water drops down 30 feet into what appears to be just a natural pool of water that is another 30 feet deep. Why don't you make a perception check for me while you're all there?
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say Thistle would probably have covered her eyes, with the logic that if she doesn't see the darkness, she can't be scared of the darkness.
Alright,
That makes sense.
Yep. So Thistle
So she's
turns
probably
into
got
an emu. Yeah, okay, cool.
Soul is
Like, if I can't see it.
Soul is actually worried about Thistle and looks back towards her as Hakeem looks down and with his blindness only gets a 9 on his perception check.
Alright, well, I guess I should roll a perception check for everyone's favourite cleric. Perception, where are you? Oh, he's got good perception. He's got good eyes for an old man. He gets a 15, which
Wowie
is
zowie.
not too bad. I think we'll just leave it at that. Yes. Count Goldream looking over the edge as the shield goes down there. He says, "I think, yes, there is dry lands around the pool. I can't see how large the cavern is, but is that a figure down there? It's not moving, but there's something down there, a statue perhaps. Also, I see in the water another cavern, another, I don't know, like another tunnel leading off underwater."
So hearing this, Thistle would probably look at Barry, who also has casted on him, and sort of be like, "How would you feel, brave bear, brave heroic bear, about jumping into the thingy and looking for that thingy in the thingy?"
Shakes his head.
Toss.
With his paw, is trying to indicate soul.
Okay. Well, Thistle's like, I mean, one of us has to go down there first, and the light's down there, and I suppose if I do get into a tough situation, I guess I could just turn into a bear, in which I can do multiple times, which I realized triples my life count. So I'm just gonna into the hole, imagining that Barry would probably follow suit.
Yeah, if you're going, he's going. That is absolutely something that's going to happen. And yeah, alright. Well, my notes disappeared, so I'll just have a look at this one. I need you to roll for starters. Okay, you dive into this natural well. You fall 30 feet, and you splash into this pool in this natural cavern. And as you hit the water, the air is just sucked out of your lungs. It's so freezingly cold. So I need you to roll a pretty easy Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's see here. Haven't got my glasses on. That's definitely Constitution. So that would be a 17.
17, no problem at all, and really it wouldn't have made too much of a difference given your condition anyway. But yeah, it's extremely cold. I don't know if you've ever like gone to a natural watering hole in the winter. That's what it feels like. So just like completely submerging yourself in this water, like the air is just sucked out of your lungs, and it almost feels like you're about to cramp up, but you're fine.
Okay, well, I guess for the first time, anyone in the party would have heard Thistle say a profanity, and by profanity, it would have been like, fudge, it's cold!
All we would have heard is, oh, because you're a bear.
Alright, Berry White jumps down next, and
Your
after
large
that,
bear curse.
Count Goldream looks towards you, Hakim, and he says, after you, sir.
From what she's mentioned, and obviously it being cold down there, I was going to advise to her first, but it probably is best if we do what you do, and just get down to our undergarments, try to cover our clothing, dive in, and then redress. Otherwise, everything we're wearing is going to be completely drenched in that freezing water. So he's going to start taking off his armor as well, and everything but kind of like just the linen loincloth, I guess, that he's got, and put everything into his backpack. Once that's all done, he'll leap in and get to the little area of land.
Alright, well, I was going to say, Count Goldream will take a moment to safely lower everyone's equipment down. It might take a couple of rounds of his special hand floating down and depositing some stuff, but after a while, everyone's gear is safely deposited on the bank of this pool of water, and then one by one, you each jump in, and you all, you have to make a Constitution saving throw as well. I'm just going to hand wave this and say, with your, yep, see, fine, it's all good.
Lovely.
When you reach the bottom, because you all took your gear off, you can take a moment to sort of dry off as best you can, and then redon your gear, and you'll be all good. Let's go for a couple of minutes break. I don't have a break scene for Amongst Shadows and Stone, so I'm going to use the Out of the Abyss one. Once again, guys, Out of the Abyss Episode 2 coming up on May the 1st. Be there at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. We're just going to take a quick break. Hopefully those people who are watching us live can stick with us. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
See ya.
Won't be long at all. And we're back. Just a short break this time, guys. Didn't have any technical difficulties that I needed to sort out for once. So we're back with Amongst Shadows and Stone. Thank you once again for joining us. If you're listening to this on Spotify or watching back on YouTube, that break would be much shorter. So where we left off, the heroes as well as the adventuring party have just taken a leap of faith into this well and splashed down into an extremely cold pool of water in this cave system. So let me just populate this with everyone's... Oh no, don't want to do that. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. That's why it's not working. Swap over to that one and start populating with everyone's token. Count Goldream, you're in there. Hakim, you're in there. Thistle Elkith, You're in there.
Definitely.
And that is that. Now I just need to, while you're waiting for me to populate it with the rest of the civilians, what do you guys want to do?
I guess.
As soon as Hakeem gets up, he's gonna go over to his backpack, unwrap the bed sheets that were around the tinderbox. Not mattering now that we had the mage hand, luckily. But he's going to, shivering in his undergarments, start lighting the tinderbox with a couple of bits of wood. With obviously that would be with the tinderbox itself, probably just in the corner to his right, right next to that statue. He's going to take a look at it in a second. He wants to. That's why he's lighting it there, to also just create some light next to it. But he's also wanting to warm himself and everyone up.
I guess Thistle, being a little bit of a dumbass, realizes that she just jumped in fully clothed. But almost in synchronicity with the bear, who would be shaking itself out, Thistle is also shaking herself out. She is a druid, and she did live smack bang in the middle of nowhere with a lot of animals. So, that would be how she would dry off. She's just...
Didn't she jump off? Didn't you say you turned into bear form?
No, I just said that if
See, if you had, all of your gear would be like morphed away, so you would have been... bad luck.
Yeah, but that's okay. So she just sort of jumps down. She didn't really have much gear to begin with. Just sort of shakes herself out. Bear's shaking herself out. But she is still sopping wet, and she realizes, oopsie daisy, I have made a boo-boo, and I am wet now. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so you're dripping water everywhere while you're walking around. Hakeem pulls out his tinder box, gets a little bit of tinder, starts like flicking and creating some sparks. There's light in this cavern. Count Goldream has his shield once more. How long does Barry last, by the way?
Oh, he's gone by now. If it's been more than an hour,
no, it hasn't.
he's probably gone.
No, it's still been less than an hour at this point. So I'll just
Alright.
chuck the light on our good friend Count Goldring.
I'll just allow you to sort of tell. Well, I mean, he'll just vanish, but I'll probably resummon him anyway when he sort of disappears, because we're sort of in an uncertain situation. So.
How many times can you do that?
Actually, hang on. On that, let me have a look. Oh, I would need to have a long rest to do that again.
Okay, so
That's
you
okay.
got to get out of here within an hour, otherwise Barry White will be no more.
And the favourite character will be just...
Yes, the MVP of Amongst Shadows and Stone.
Very
So-
White.
Fade away into obscurity, and all the viewers will quit watching, and my whole channel will collapse, all because you didn't check whether you needed to do a long rest or not. I blame you
Well,
entirely.
I'm avoiding long resting for a very important reason.
And what reason is that?
Well, first of all, if I close my eyes, I'm in darkness, which I didn't actually think of. And second of all, if I long rest, I'm probably gonna take more damage.
Look at that, we got a little fire going there. Good work, Hakeem. Nicely done.
I'm talented.
Oh, so cool.
That being said, Hakeem's going to dry himself off, and then let everyone else come by one as they dry themselves off. And he's going to take a look. Oh, he's going to take a look at the statue that is underneath Thistle, apparently.
And Thistle just shuffles over and is like, oh, sorry.
Pushes it over and it just collapses on the ground.
Yeah, the human-sized statue. He's gonna go over and take a look at it and see. I guess I'm not sure what check I'm basically trying to determine what could have caused. Actually, what do I see? What do I see first? I'll do a perception check.
I'll tell you what you see. So first of all, what you notice when you first jump into the pool, there seems to be a 3.5 foot tall statue missing an arm. you surface out of the water and you light your fire, and the fire casts its light on this statue, casting like eerie shadows on the wall behind it. And what you see appears to be an almost perfect statue replica of Butterfinger, kneeling on the ground with his hands up as if he's trying to ward something away. And in one of his hands, he's still holding what appears to be a glass jar with a mating pair of dragonflies lightly tinging up against the glass.
Crystal like runs over and like hugs Butterfinger. Was like, my friend, and like she's obviously very upset. Like, this is 2 in 1 day. Like, this is not a good day for her. She thought falling down a hill was bad. Like, this is not great. And I guess as a final like memento, she takes the jar of dragonflies and she sort of shoves it into like her rucksack, and she's like, I'll protect them with my life.
Yep. Okay. I was gonna make you snap off Butterfinger's fingers to do that, but no, that's all right. You can just lift the jar up out of his hands. You lift the jar up out of his hands and place it in your backpack.
Hakeem sees, I guess, Thistle's reaction. Is this the one that we've been following?
Yeah.
I was gonna kind of inquisitively inspect. What could have done this to him? And try to figure that out. What sort of check would you like me to do?
If you're trying to determine what it is that did this, I get you to roll a nature check. Roll a nature check.
Oh, is it, just questioning here,
Yes.
Is it a beast? Because if it is, I'll have advantage on the roll.
You know,
As my terrain is mountains. I was actually going to mention this to Thistle before, as I'm probably looking at the statue. You mentioned before, I'm not actually that good with forests. I'm more so known for my terrain in the mountain areas. I'm not too comfortable, however, being inside the mountain. This isn't what I'm used to. But yeah, if it's a beast, I got a 16, but I'll have advantage on the roll, so I'll roll again just in case.
no, it's not.
Okay. So I got my 16 to try to determine.
You got a 16. That is enough to reveal. You're looking at this statue, right? And you didn't know Butterfinger beforehand, but the absolute intricate detail, every little one of his scales, I think he had scales, has been etched. There's no tool markings, even right down to like the irises of his eyes, of his wide eyes, seems to be like perfectly detailed with no tool marks. And you would surmise that, given your current, surroundings, most likely you're looking at a basilisk.
Okay.
I knew we shouldn't have jumped in here.
Also, just for thematic purposes, and to make it sound cool, because I can't see, I'm using thaumaturgy to create harmless tremors in the statue as I hold my hand against it, and I daredevil see the statue. That's how I'm viewing it. So I'm kind of just like, I see like the vibrations across the statue from the tremors, and I'm seeing all of his facial features. I turn back across. Like I said, I don't like going inside mountains often. My preferred terrain is above them. This is more so what you would call the upper dark of the three terrains of the underdark, the upper, the middle, and the lower. The creatures down here are dangerous things, and I think this was a basilisk.
A basilisk?
It's a dangerous creature that looks like some sort of large, I guess, crocodile. But its eyes can petrify its people that it would like to eat, and usually then chews on said stone that it creates.
Okay, so we have a solution. It's right. If we just all shut our eyes and walk around like you do, you'll be safe.
The one good thing is, I guess, it doesn't mean that this friend of yours, this Butterfinger, is actually gone. If we can carry his statue with us, we can save him.
Okay, well, instantly hearing that, Thistle would like to wild shape into a bear, a big bear. I will have to look up the stats for that because I am unfortunately haven't got it on me. But yes, I would like to wild shape into a bear and then like I guess roar out. I'm assuming your dragon would probably hear me. Like, put it on me. Or tie it to me.
The stats of that bear,
yeah.
is it just a standard bear?
What's the... I'm just looking at
Brown
the
bear,
rating.
cave bear?
There's a few different types of bears in D&D, sadly.
Fair enough. That's right. It'd probably just be a normal bear. Basic brown bear. I'm looking at the stats. Large creature, unaligned.
Right, brown bear.
Challenge rating 1.
There you go.
Hakim would also just use his mind link. So you don't need to be able to speak a language, you just need to be able to understand language. So even when you're in beast form, I can still actually communicate with you. So I'll mind link with you now that you're in bear form, and speaking to you directly telepathically. You've transformed. You mentioned, but when you were going in, you want to save this person. Would you like me to put him on top of you? You said.
We'll try my best. Well, how about we try pulling him first? Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to lift him. Oh wait, I got a +4. No, put him on top of me.
Okay.
I'll lift him.
You have what is a +4? What is this you speak of?
This is the first time Thistle has broken the fourth wall. I'm gonna be
Fourth wall! Shut it! Gone! What is this, Deadpool?
Hakim is going to probably ask Goldfinger, Gold Man, Gold Dream, to help lift up Butterfinger's statue and pop him on top of Thistle.
Of course. He will,
That's not gonna go well.
He will help you do that. How will we secure this?
I've got some rope of my own, 50 feet. That should be enough to just wrap around the body of Thistle and this Butterfinger and secure it. We'll have to tie it fairly tight so that it doesn't move. I guess that would be our best chance, and just keep an eye on it.
Of course. I will say, Thistle, as a bear, in 5-foot wide corridors, you are going to be squeezing.
Fair enough.
So attack rolls and all that kind of stuff. I think would the poison condition actually carry over to a wild shape form? That's what I want.
Yeah.
Conditions carry over as per normal. So you are a poisoned brown bear. So it won't make too much difference anyway, because you're going to have disadvantage on your checks just for the sake of being.
Okay.
But, so...
Well, I suppose bears can stand upright and walk upright. So maybe I just, like, hold this statue as if I was holding Barry and walk upright through the corridor.
The problem is that as a bear, you're actually a large creature, and 5-foot wide corridors, a large creature is going to squeeze. So it's not bipedal or quadrupedal. That's the problem. It's the fact that you're a large creature. So that I'm actually going to get you, Hakim, with advantage with Count Goldreeve's assistance. Just see how well you manage to tie what remains of Butterfinger.
Okay, 1 second. Advantage. Oh, a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my god.
A natural 20. That's quite good. I would say that you are successful in securing him to the form of this bear, and as a further bonus for rolling so well, I did say this before, but with the light of the fire now, you can see that there's a tunnel, a submerged tunnel under the water, which continues towards the east. You'd have to swim down and swim through this tunnel, but you can see, that's there.
Had we not tied the statue to the bear that swims very well, that would have been helpful.
Yeah, I would say as a bear with a statue tied onto you, you would sink like a rock.
Probably. Should we untie the statue?
He is only a kobold. He's very tiny.
He's small, but still, a
solid stone.
Yeah, a 3.5 foot tall statue of solid stone. Yeah, it's got some weight to it.
We should send Barry. Barry would do it.
Soul, obviously communicate what he's seeing with that, like kind of cavern through the actual water itself. Okay, I'm not sure where we want to go regarding Goldream and telepathic, obviously. Actually, you would just be able to understand, because you can still understand when you're transformed. But, obviously, if this is your friend, I'm not sure which direction we should go. There seems to be a tunnel under the water, but then there's also this break here. If water is any sort of a seam, this could either go into just a pocket of nothing, or this could be leading outside of wherever we are and pour into some sort of stream, which could be a way out. I'm not sure. While everyone's deciding, I'll say that to them so they can start chatting. I'm just going to do a, I guess, survival check to see if I can find any signs of like footprints from the basilisk here. Just to see if there's footprints around the water or footprints growing in through that tunnel.
Let's have a quick look. Yeah, roll a check for me if you want.
Okay, just flat because I don't. This isn't my terrain. Oh, I got a 7.
Ouchie.
7.
You hate to see it.
You can smell like this damp, earthy smell, and you can see there's actually footsteps, like just 1 or 2, leading out of the pool, heading towards the north, as well as wet footsteps heading over to where Butterfinger was. So there's 2 tracks leading out because everything was covered in dust, so the water has like washed away some of that dust, but you can only 2, 3, 4 steps before it dries out.
Okay. Telepathically to Thistle. You mentioned only one friend, this Butterfinger. I see his footsteps that go towards him. I see another pair leading through there, and I like nod my head in that direction. I'm not saying this out loud because I don't wish to scare anyone else. But there could be a demon down here with us. Was there anyone else that was with you that you haven't remembered?
Thistle just sort of takes a moment in bear form, plumps down like with her legs like sitting like a teddy bear would, and then takes a paw and just sort of scratches her head and is like, and has a really good think, and then sort of telepathically goes, I don't know, but then again, I don't remember a lot of things. And she sort of just, she just has absolutely no idea. Everything is so different.
Okay, he'll turn towards Goldream and do a telepathic conversation just so that the commoners aren't hearing and worrying. Goldream, this is Karim speaking to you in your mind. It's something my race can do. I can see another set of footprints. I just spoke to Thistle in her mind as well, leading north of the cave, not Butterfingers, before he was turned from this basilisk. Was there someone else traveling with you all, or could this possibly be a demon that is down here?
Yes. Let me have a look. He looks, sees that they're human-sized prints. This would be the trail of the Craven Roald. He fled, left us all to die. He knew these caves better than anyone else.
Maybe we should follow his footsteps then.
This would be wise, I believe.
Okay.
Before we start moving, Thistle turns to Hakim and Bear and is like, should I perhaps send Barry down to see if the stream lets out. He's a very good swimmer. I'd go, but I'm sort of preoccupied.
Mentally still back to yourself. That's probably a good idea. We can start investigating and Barry can go down there. How does Barry speak to you like I speak to Soul, through the mind?
Yeah, so let me have a check, but I think it is similar to like a telepathic sort of thing.
Do I have to do Barry White's voice now?
You call forth the bestial spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range.
Look, boo boo. There is a basilisk there.
I mean, it doesn't say I can't not speak to it telepathically. If we're working on that logic, it actually says nothing about communicating with it at all.
It also doesn't say
it's
that
an ally to you and your companions.
It doesn't say that you don't have a handgun either, but I'm not going to allow you to have a 9mm Glock just placed on your head.
Look, as far as I can see, it doesn't tell me that I don't have 1,000 gold, so I guess I just have it.
Well, if we're working by that logic, then
that's how religious logic works, doesn't it? So everything else should work. You can't prove it doesn't exist.
Well, you know, the basilisk isn't here, so it means it doesn't exist. We killed it! Yay!
Obviously, you would know that how you speak to, like, your character would know how you speak to Barry. So knowing that you can't speak telepathically, okay, well, then Barry down there, but make sure that he is okay and safe. I'm actually gonna go up. Obviously, I don't know that Soul's had this problem. I'm gonna go up and give Barry a little like scratch goodbye, just because Hakeem does feel sad. So I guess I'll do a little animal handling check. Just to see how friendly I get with him. Oh, 19.
Oh, 19.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. As you come over, he sort of sidles away from you for a second, but you're very confident with your movements, and you're able to just scratch him behind the ear, and he warms up to you a little bit. So much so with a 19 that he might even listen to your commands should this all not be available.
Well, lovely. I lean down and like rub my nose against the side of his head, like what a bear would do to another bear. Being a ranger and kind of knowing animals, and then I stand back up. Okay, I guess we should all be on our way then, and our little adventurer here can check the water for us in case it's another way out.
So
Yes.
I guess Barry saunters up to the water, and as Barry jumps in, Thistle shoves her head into the water and just lets out a very muffled "Meow." But I guess in bear that would mean, like, I'm here, I can hear you.
You guys hear a fully grown bear shove its head into this water and just bubbles. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, so are we splitting the party? Everyone's going one way, and Barry White is going on his own in another direction?
Just Barry White.
Just Barry White.
Bye, Barry.
I don't even know how to resolve this. Like, what is the expectation here? That he's going to come back with a hand-drawn map? What are we expecting?
We're gonna leave this on you, DM.
I'll stay there, and I guess, I imagine there's still just a little bit of time left on Barry. I guess I'll just get him to swim as far as he possibly can. I will be there with him, and if it comes up to nothing, Barry can just back through the water, and I'll just back, and then follow everyone else.
I don't even know how to rule this. Okay.
I hope that made sense to you.
It certainly didn't, but I'm going to try and make the best of it.
What you need to do, Sven, is when Barry disappears, you need to.
Okay, alright, so I'll tell you this much.
Explain it any other way.
Barry leaps into the water. For a moment, he paddles around like a dog in the water, just not knowing really what he's supposed to be doing. After a second, he submerges himself beneath the water, and he uses the edges of the cave to sort of pull himself along. He goes down, and he disappears. 6 seconds pass. 12 seconds pass. 18 seconds pass. 24 seconds pass.
And Thistle ducks her head up, and in Bear says, "Well, shit."
Half a minute.
And I guess she sticks her head back down, and she's like, "Barry."
A full minute passes. You see Barry. His head first
Yay.
comes out of the cavern, and then he crawls his way back up along the edge of the cavern. Pokes his head out of the water, and I'm assuming you help him out.
Yeah, like by the scruff of his neck, like a mama bear would. She just sort of grabs him by the scruff, puts him down, nuzzles him, and is like, "Tell me what you know."
I'm going to get him first of all to roll a Constitution saving throw. And he gets a 6 plus whatever the Constitution for Barry White is. No idea. I'm assuming it's not high. +2 maybe.
Let me have a little look.
While you're doing
Barry
that.
actually gets a +3. to his
+3,
con.
okay, yeah, still not enough. So Barry White is going to suffer from hypothermia for a little while. There is a fire there,
Okay.
so you lift him up out of the water and you place him down, and he sort of shakes himself off. Water goes flying everywhere, and he sits down and he looks at you.
And I look at him, and I'm like, "What'd you find? Come on, out with it, please. Did you see anything at all?"
Did we establish Barry White being able to speak common at any point?
I can speak to animal.
Are you not in bear form at the moment?
I am in bear form, actually, so I speak bear.
No.
Yes.
You do not take on the intellectual properties of the creature.
Hakeem will step in and telepathic
Damn.
bond with Barry.
With Barry,
Come
right.
down and like hand out one of his rations to Barry. Thank you, our little adventurer. What did you see down there?
He looks at you because he likes you now, and he eats the food and he relays to you in Barry White's voice.
Yes.
Oh baby, there's a
Is that his?
cat."
No, I just has the deep, sexy jazz voice. Ooh, baby.
Oh baby, there's a sexy cabin down there. And a door.
A door, did you say?
Oh yeah.
Does it have a handle?
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay. I'll relay that to the rest of the group. There seems to be some sort of door under the water. I know that it's probably dangerous, but I feel like we should head through the tunnels instead. If that door is closed or jammed and we're unable to open it, we could risk drowning down there.
I mean, should I try first?
Can your bear form breathe water?
Bears are very good swimmers. In nature at least.
Yeah.
As far as I'm
Just sort of clarify
as
that.
far as I'm aware, bears don't have gills, correct?
Oh, but I could unwild shape and re-wild shape into something else that can.
While you guys are deliberating, Hakeem, you're at the head of the party here. You
Yes,
can
yes. I just
hear-
moved up to the intersection.
You can hear the thud of many footsteps approaching from the west.
Oh shit.
I've also I had moved up to this right tunnel.
Yeah.
So what do I see? What does Soul see?
I'll reveal it to Soul, and
As everyone's kind of deciding what they want to do.
you can see
Okay.
a 5-foot wide corridor, about 30 feet. And the corridor to the north and west also goes into 5 feet, continues on. Also, I should point out areas with the rocks there. They're going to be difficult terrain for anyone passing over the top of them.
Okay.
Half
Hakeem is going to back into this corner Oh, I also need a little mini for my dragon soul. Hakeem is going to back into the corner and hide and see what Soul sees, or he sees with his blind vision. So I'll do a stealth check, I guess.
Yes, stealth check would be the appropriate check.
Okay. I do have disadvantage. Just a 7.
7?
So not
great.
amazing.
And I would say that's going to be opposed by a deception check, which is that one there. Not great. Okay. I'll tell you what you see. You put your back up against the wall and you shoulder up against the corner, take a look around. You see coming around the corner, I will first reveal the rest of this corridor to you. Very slowly, very cumbersome. You see, and I'll send this to the game log for everyone to be able to see it. That.
Oh, that doesn't look friendly.
So I'm going to need everyone to roll for initiative.
Okay. Oh, did it notice me? Is combat starting?
It hasn't noticed you just yet, but it is moving in your general direction, so we're going to have to go into initiative order and find out, you know, how
I was
this is
also
gonna...
wondering if...
Yeah, I'll give you a reaction before we go into initiative if you want. Not a mechanical reaction, like you can do something before we kick off.
Okay, could I please... Can I please cast Long Strider on myself? Just getting prepared in case combat's about to ensue. Yeah, I'll use one of my spell slots. So I have I touch myself and put a hand to my chest. And for the next hour, I have a +10 to my movement, so I have 40 movement.
Yeah, no, you can do that, and then roll for initiative as we establish what's going to happen here. You guys have
Thistle
taken
has
your
rolled a
time.
23, which is very out of character.
16 for Hakeem. These are some pretty good rolls. I've got a +0 to my initiative as well.
You should turn that off. Turn that off. So what do we got here? We have a 23 for Thistle.
I rolled a nat 20.
Nicely done. Now when it counts, you could be the first person to run away from danger. We have
Awesome.
an
That was the
11
plan.
for Kayric Antisar, and another 11 for Gordanthu, and another 11 for the rest of the civilians. A 6 for Niels Chetisk, a 5 for Barry White, and for some reason, a 0 for Count Goldream, because he hasn't rolled initiative yet. Because I need to do that for him. Let's do that right now.
Also, just for adding them to the sheet, I need the little mini for my dragon.
Oh, sorry.
Its turn goes directly after mine, and then also we don't have the actual basilisk added to the combat yet. But I'm guessing you're adding that.
Yeah, I'll just do... Ooh, 21. Count Goldream. I'm pretty sure Count Goldream has got ace initiative rolls this entire time. And let's add you to the combat tracker. Bam. Alrighty, so we have Thistle. You are the first to go. I'm assuming you see Hakeem move around the corner, look around, and suddenly start casting a spell. What do you do?
Well, at above table, there are no stats for an elephant seal, and there are no stats for a leopard seal. So I found one for a seal with a picture of an elephant seal on it. But it's got no like actions to it. Like it's only got bite. But like I mean elephant seals can do a heck of a lot more than that. I mean I guess as a DM it would be up to you exactly what I can do. But you know, I guess the goal would be Oh yeah, I was just going to, probably not wise, but like unwild shape and rewild shape into an elephant seal leopard seal, sorry, and at least attempt to see if I can get that door open.
So just for clarification purposes, Barry White, I didn't explain this perfectly clearly. He went underwater, he came up into a natural cavern, which was open air, and he saw a door at the end of a hallway. Then there was nothing for him to do. He can't open a door, so he went back in the water and swam back.
Okay. I thought it was totally locked. Radio. Well, I guess... Do I want to leave Butterfinger behind?
Technically, Butterfinger could still just stay trapped to you. He's not going to drown. He can't breathe. He's petrified.
No, but like, I mean, I've already got disadvantage. I mean, I can't have double disadvantage.
What's the worst that can happen?
Butterfinger's your little backpack now. Just take him with you.
How heavy is Butterfinger? Do we have stats for Butterfinger? Actually, yes, I do. I do have stats for Butterfinger.
I'm not going to bother looking up what the weight of Butterfinger was and then calculating what that would translate into stone weight. I'm going to say, look, you can carry. He's small, so you can carry him. It's fine. I can't impose any more disadvantage on you. So.
Well, I would just like to sploosh, and swim up to that cavern, and take a heckin' slash at that door, if you may.
We're going to quickly change scenes here to this particular location. I'm going to say it takes all of your movement action to get here.
That's
arrive.
fair.
Where are we? It's going to take a second, I think.
Wowie zowie.
Are we here? Can't see anything. Oh, there it is. Starting to slow down already. So there we go. Let's bring in that bear again. So brown bear. There. There you go. That's you in brown bear form. You've reached the top of these stairs. I'll quickly change your image so you know who we're talking about. There. No, so it'll take your full movement action just to reach the top of the stairs.
Okay, so I can't use an action.
No, well, I mean, you can double move if you want to double move. So after a 20-foot swim, you surface in a 20 by 20 foot room with stone stairs leading up and out of the cold pool. It seems to have been made intentionally carved into a natural stone, and tiled flooring leading to a large stone door set with beautifully crafted brass hinges. Embossed in the stone door are images of an elf and human scribes at work. That's what you see. So you got a double move?
Yes, I would like to double move as close to the door as I can and shove my little bear nose up to the door to see if I can, like, see through, like, a keyhole, maybe? Or, like, see through the door at all?
Alright, I'll tell you. So you're going to double move up to the door, and you press your nose up against the door. You cannot see through any gaps in this door. It is extremely, exquisitely crafted. You could, you'd have a hard time fitting a piece of paper in the gap in the door. That's how nicely made it is.
Okay. So I guess that's my turn then, isn't it?
Yep, that would be the end of your turn. I'm going to swap back
Awesome.
to the other guys.
Oh, would I still be able to connect telepathically with a friend?
Well, yeah.
My connection telepathically lasts for 1 hour, so correct, yes.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So I guess is that a free action still? Like,
yes, you can communicate with him briefly as a free action. Yes.
Okay, well, I guess just briefly, I'll say it leads to a small platform. There is a large area here. If we can potentially get everyone in and under, we'd be safe from whatever is attacking you up there, because it sounds scary.
Okay, I will see if we can fell the beast and scare it away, or at least defeat it with your adventuring party here. The main concern, though, is you need to get the door opened, and that'll be, I guess, the brief conversation, because it's still combat. But yeah, if you can get the door opened, and that'll be the end of Hakim's reply.
Awesome.
Alright, next person in combat order, Count Goldream. Count Goldream, what is he going to do? He knows a fair bit about Basilisk, based on the check that I rolled earlier. He's in the wrong one here. Swap over to this one. Have a look at his character sheet. What spells does he have available to him? He is going to... He's got none of those spells left. He's got one of these left. Magic weapon, potentially? What does that do? Touching on magic weapon spell and +1 bonus to attack rolls. That's what he's going to do. He is going to cast magic weapon on his... whatever weapon it is that he's carrying. Which is... let's have a look. A... mace. Not a quarterstaff, a mace. He's using a shield. Then he is going to move. Standing next to you, Hakim. And he's going to await your commands.
Yeah.
Next up, we have everyone's favourite monster, the Basilisk.
Favorite.
One of my favourites. Reason why I used it in this adventure. Lumbering around the corner, what seems to be like a six-legged crocodile, short, squat, rather, well, not exactly elegant in its manner of walking. It has these large, thick legs, and it's like plods around the corner, snarling and hissing. Its eyes glowing an unusual colour of teal. 5, 10, 15. You can get right up to there. Now let me just have a quick read, see how these fun things work. Alright, so that's how that works. So it gets up to there. Once it's within 5 feet of you, it's going to notice you, whether you're hidden or not. And it's going to make an attack. It's going to try and bite you. So as it sidles up around the corner, running on 8 legs. I said 6, no, it has 8 legs. Still rather slowly, it tries to bite you.
Okay, give me your best shot.
Alright, here it comes. My best shot. Almost my best shot. It's on a natural 20. Tipped over to a 14. Still going to hit, I'd imagine, with a 19.
Yes.
So, couple of things are going to happen. First of all, we're going to roll 2d6. So, 7, 8, 9. 9 points of piercing damage as its teeth, like as large as like knives, sink into your leg. And you're also going to take 5 points of poison damage from its like a Komodo dragon. It's just disgusting maw.
Not fun.
And that's going to be the end of its turn, and it is now your turn. And I am going to need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Is this for the like basilisk sight thing?
Yes.
I am blind.
Oh no! I need your dragon to roll a Constitution saving throw when it's
my dragon. It takes its turn after me, so on my turn, my reaction is going to be, Soul, it's a basilisk. You need to close your eyes.
I knew it.
And on my turn, hefty hit. I'm already half hit points. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, first of all, on said basilisk. I kind of like wave my hands as I'm holding the great sword towards it in a force motion, and parts of its body kind of start to glow in white through my blind sight. I can see little areas starting to kind of light up on the body with the vibrations that I can see, marking the areas that I can strike with the Hunter's Mark to deal extra damage.
How convenient. You can see that.
10 feet of blind sight. And then I'm going to make my attack with my great sword. So, let's attack. Okay, 18 to hit.
Yes, that is going to be a hit.
Lovely. So I'll deal 2d6 plus 2 for the great sword. Then I'll deal 1d6 of extra slashing damage for the Hunter's Mark as I scrape through the area in its limbs that it takes damage. And then my Drake Companion's, what's it called? Draconic Essence will then trigger, where I'll deal 1d6 of its damage type as extra. So infused strikes. So whenever another creature the Drake can see hits with a weapon, the Drake can use its reaction to add 1d6 lightning damage to that attack. So it's going to use its reaction for me. So I'll roll 4d6.
Are you sure you didn't want to use it with the Basilisk attack?
No. No, I'm okay. So 12 slashing from just the weapon.
Yep.
Then 6 slashing from the Hunter's Mark. And 6, oh my god, 6 lightning from the weapon as I deal 24 damage.
24 points of damage. Holy shit! You hit it even harder than it hit you.
I rolled 4 6s. I just realized. Oh wait, no. No, the first ones couldn't have been 6s because it was plus 2. So it's still okay. I'm happy with that. So I slash forward. That's all my turn though. That's my bonus action. Am I gonna move away? Let's look at the map. Oh, I've got Longstrider. He's walking slow. I don't have a bonus action, by the way, to command Soul, so if I can't use a bonus action to command him, all he does is takes the dodge action. He's kind of like the Iron Defender. So he won't do anything on his turn, so he's not going to be able to breathe fire or attack or anything. And I think I'm going to risk it to get behind Gold Dream. I'm going to move there. He's going to get an attack opportunity.
Alright. I always love taking an attack of opportunity.
Please,
all right.
Please miss. Please.
He will do so as he tries to bite your ankles as you make your way. Enraged by the sheer amount of damage that you're able to do to it. Absolutely enraged. It will make an attack with a 14. That's just a hit.
Please don't tell me.
DM for the win as you take 2d6 plus 3. Oh, max damage. 13 piercing damage.
Oh, okay.
You got 1 hit point left, so you go down because you're going to take another 2d6 points of damage.
See, I recall last episode a certain situation with a certain moonbeam and a certain person celebrating a certain almost death from a certain moonbeam. Do I get to celebrate now?
You can roll to celebrate.
Gonna ask, I'm
yes.
just gonna...
Roll a d20 and add your celebration modifier to it.
Now this would be kind of like Sentinel. So I would technically get hit while I'm still in that square, so I wouldn't actually move to the one away, would I? I would just be here.
Yes, it would hit you before you move. Correct.
Yeah, I try to start stepping away and it like bites into the back of my calf or ankle or something. Oh, I fall down. Let's take a quick look at Drake Companion. Oh, why is that screen frozen? Oh, there we go. Okay. Or if you're incapacitated, it can take any action of its choice, just not... Oh, lovely! Okay, this is the silver lining, I guess. So I get downed, Soul lands onto the ground, just next to me. So yeah, you will need the little thing because it's got its own space now. And as my turn ends, its turn starts, and if I'm incapacitated, it can take any action, even if I can't bonus action it. So I can do one more bite worth of lightning damage after my turn.
Trying to find it again.
No, that's okay. While you get that, I'll get the details up. So, my soul, my little white baby lightning dragon, has 20 hit points. 20 hit points. 16 AC, and its bite is a +3 to hit with 1d6 piercing damage. Okay.
What was his AC? Sorry, I'll change it.
16.
16, and he'll have 20 current hit points. There you go.
Okay. Please hit. Oh no, that's a D12. Okay. He strikes with a +3, getting a 16 to hit.
16 is a hit.
Okay, and then nothing added onto it. Oh, plus PB. Okay, I should have a little. Got my action sheet. Oh, there we go. Okay, so 1d6 +2 +0. Oh, okay. So when it gets bigger, it extra deals lightning damage with its attacks, but because I'm only low level, so it will deal 6 piercing damage as it bites into the one of the legs of the basilisk.
Alright, 6 piercing damage. This little tiny dragon, toe to toe with this monstrosity of a creature, covered in head to toe with these like jagged spines.
Soul will kind of just start growling bestially, not actually saying anything in Draconic as he's trying to protect me. And that's my turn.
Oh, how loyal. That's the end of your turn. Next up we have Kairik Antasar. I'm going to get him to roll a d20 as we figure out how he reacts. I'm just gonna hand wave this, do this the quick way. Alright, d20, there we go, roll. I should. He gets a. It's gonna pop up. I get a question mark. Oh, there it is. A 19. He's fine. So what's he going to do? He's going to act normally. He knows that there's combat happening over there. He's a coward. He doesn't want to get involved in that. He is going to move away. 5, 10, 15, 20. As far as he can. End of his
You
turn.
coward, heal me!
Gordanthu Silverscar. She's not as much of a coward, but she is within line of sight of this creature, I would say. 25 feet.
No.
Did you call out earlier to Count Goldream to avert his eyes?
No, so this is something I guess that Hakim wouldn't have thought of because his intelligence isn't so high, just his wisdom. I guess you can see that how you would, but the way that I was imagining it is I said it just telepathically because me and Sol speak to each other just through our mind during combat to kind of cut down on things we have to concentrate on so we can focus on the battle. So no, I wouldn't have said it.
And Gordanthu Silverscar, in a panic, just like takes a step forward, looks over, sees this creature, rolls a 9, and well, I guess none of you can see this, but the Neels can see Gordanthu suddenly, her movement becomes janky, like her muscles are seizing up, and this grey petrification starts to spread on her skin. The civilians, they are, how far away are you from the basilisk? 35 feet. You are okay. So they see this happening, take a step back, yeah, no, they're fine where they are. Niels sees Gordanthu Silverscar starting to change, her facial features starting to seize up. Doesn't know what to do, but he's going to make his way down the hall, 5, 10, 30. and he's going to attempt a medicine check on you, Hakim.
Please.
He is now within line of sight, so I'm going to get him first to roll a d20.
Just to see if he looks at it.
See if he looks at it before he gets to you. Let's find out. A 5. He also starts to seize up. And is restrained. Cannot help you, unfortunately.
No!
So let's go conditions, restrained, and also go down through conditions, restrained. If I could do it properly, there we go. Barry White. I am going to allow you to tell me what Barry White would do.
Medicine check.
He pulls out his first aid kit and starts applying pressure on the wounds.
I mean, for the sake of entertaining you, should we see if he's proficient in CPR?
God no, please just
Like-
attack the basilisk.
So I actually think Barry would disappear. I'm gonna keep myself honest with this. It's probably been more than an hour. And I don't think it's fair to leave something, open. So I think he's probably disappeared.
He's gone. Alright, I'm happy with that. That takes
Yeah.
one combatant out of the action. Speeds things up a little bit. Barry White goes, one more. Oh, baby. As he fades out of existence. And
Of
goes
course he
back
does.
to whence he came. Thistle, it's your turn. You don't know what's happening.
Okay.
You're on your own. What do you do?
Right, so obviously, not being the brightest, would have just assumed that Hakim has spread this information to everyone, and she's like, right, my job is now to get this door open. Now, I've actually been doing some research while we have been combating, and I know that objects in Dungeons and Dragons do have hit points. So how many hit points would this door have?
Oh, just quickly in case it changes what you would do, Hakim did end his conversation saying, can you open it? So he's asking you a question.
So she probably knows that no one said it, that he hasn't said anything.
Well, you would obviously, I'm guessing you would try to reply, correct? Like say something back?
Yeah. So she's like, well, I mean, I can try. And she waits a second. She's like, hello? Hello?
No reply the entire time, and I guess that's your short little kind of combat conversation. But yeah, there's no reply.
And I guess, assuming that she's heard nothing, I'm just gonna quickly read Cure Wounds and see if I can.
Not trying to like hell myself here, but like thematically, I asked a question. I'm guessing you probably would have like answered it and then realized there's no
100%.
reply.
Yeah.
Something's probably going down.
Well, I can at least stand up a spirit totem, maybe. It doesn't say what the range is on that one, unless it does. 30-foot radius. You can call forth a nature spirit to influence the wild around you as a bonus action, and you can magically summon a point that you can see within 60 feet. So that wouldn't work. But I guess hearing nothing, I sort of want to try and get the door open, and there's really nothing I can do from here.
No, that's fine. You're welcome to. I'm just saying that you at least have the information
Oh,
of
no,
knowing something's going
100%.
down. But it's up to Thistle what Thistle would like to do. If that door may have
Okay.
things that can help us.
Well, Thistle's at the door, and she's a one-track kind of mind, kind of gal. I would like to try and open the door by whatever means necessary. So, how are we gonna do this? Does the door have hit points, or
Alright,
do I try and unlock the door with my bare hands?
Give me
Pun
one
intended.
moment while I do my own research. Where are we?
Because I found a little web page on the internet saying that
You
there's
are
like an
correct.
AC for certain ones.
I just did not. I did not take that into account when I wrote it. All right, I'm going to DM rule it. Yes, it has an AC and it has hit points. Go ahead.
Okay.
You try the door handle first. It doesn't open up. It's locked.
Okay. Oh god. Do I want to use an action slashing the door? Should I try a pacifist route first? Oh, I do have a +3 to dexterity. Do you think with my bear claws I could attempt? I mean, is there a way to unlock the door, or is it like
It's locked.
sort of door?
It's locked. You don't
Okay.
have any conceivable way of unlocking it with your bare paws. I will
Damn
say
it.
you can make a strength check to try and force the door open. That is something that you can do.
Okay, well, I'll make a strength check as a bear. I do get a +4. Let me roll. This is gonna be a little bit difficult. So rolled a 17, 18, 19, 20. I rolled a 21. in
21.
total.
All right, that is enough with the massive weight that you can bring to bear in the form of a bear. Hey.
Please, no.
You're able just to bring it down on this door, and the intricately carved brass hinges just pop off, and and one of the sides of the door just falls off its hinges, and I will reveal to you what you can see on the inside of that room now.
I mean, I guess you could say I did it with my bare hands.
You're good.
This is this is unbearable.
God.
I feel
Oh my
dirty.
God. Yeah, me too.
I'm guessing it's just because I'm not here and only Thistle is, but I only have a black screen.
Do you? That's unusual.
Can you see, Grace?
Oh, did I?
Oh, sometimes you have to scroll out and then
Yes.
zoom back in.
You'll have to scroll upwards more than likely to get there.
Oh, I am a noob.
There you go. Let me give you some flavor text of what you can see in this room. You can see a 30 by 30 foot room, the floor covered in perfectly fitting tiles, the walls reinforced with large stone blocks, crafted so uniformly as to prevent even a sheet of paper to fit between the cracks. In the center of the room is a stone altar with a book that seems to be somehow magically preserved. Lying upon it, along with an ink pen and ink bottle. 2 bookcases flank the room to the north and south, but the rotting wood has caused the southern bookcase to collapse, and the northern bookcase seems to be ready to fall at a moment's notice. The books have all but rotted with age. A stone effigy of a robe-clad human man holding a large tome stands against the eastern wall, and there's an inscription in a language that you recognize because you are an elf, if I'm not mistaken. That
Yes.
reads the
And
following.
Alf, the little brown alien from the TV
You're
show.
Alf. You see a cat scutter by and you can't help yourself. Sudden urge to eat it. It reads the following. In his name scribe words of hidden truths. His blessing shall be bestowed upon the approved. And that's what you see.
Okay. I guess.
What does it say?
Unwild shape. Oh wait, no, I won't unwild shape. That's unwise. Something effigy of truth.
It reads, in his name scribe words of hidden truths. His blessing shall be bestowed upon the approved.
So you have to write something secret.
Okay, so that would call for an unwild shape. So I unwild shape myself. Obviously I'd probably be a bit closer. In order to sort of really properly look at this book, that's in front of me. That's on the little podium, I guess.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
You're having a look at what's written in the book.
Yeah.
Written in the book in Elvish seems to be a number of short passages that seem to be completely unrelated.
Very
Things that people have done.
Just having some fun while I'm dead.
Things that appear to be confessions. Things that appear to be conjecture. Things that appear to be what's that word when you're talking about people and they don't know you're talking about them?
Hearsay,
A rumor?
maybe?
Like I forget what the word is because I'm streaming and I forgot how to speak English. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's the fault. You know what a bro previously said is written in there. It seems to all be unrelated things.
Okay. Thistle very much believing in fairy tales, I guess. The power of friendship. Friendship is magic. Picks up the quill. I mean, does it look like there'd be any consequences writing this book before I...
Does it look like a
attempt to do
trap?
so?
Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
There's only one way to
In
find
simple
out.
terms. I would like to roll a perception. If that's okay.
I'll allow it.
Does that work?
I'll allow it.
Thank
In the
you.
interest of keeping things rolling along here, we got half hour to wrap this up. Let's keep this going. Bum, bum, bum. What
This
do
is
you
a
got?
long ass turn.
16. 16. Sorry.
16? You don't see anything. There's no tripwires or pressure plates or anything along those lines.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go for it. So in the book, she writes, "My name is Thistle, and I will defend my friends and save this group of townspeople." Full stop with an exclamation mark and a smiley face.
All right. Tell me again. Exactly what do you write?
So I write, "My name is Thistle, and I will defend my friends and protect these townspeople." Exclamation mark, smiley face.
Nothing happens.
Okay. And once
It-
again, I guess she'd write,
No, that I
what
think
is it?
I think I'm gonna make that the end of your turn right there.
No,
Perception
fair
check,
enough.
knock the
That's
door
fair
in
enough.
wild shape. I'm just doing this real quick now.
No,
yeah,
that's fair enough.
that should be the end of that turn, I reckon. Let's skip on back to where we were earlier.
The most important person's turn for a particular reason. Goldream! Yay!
Goldream just runs. He just lays it.
Fuck!
I'm half tempted. Half tempted.
The soul of Kareem will
Hadrian
be
will be
very
very
angry.
upset if I kill his character. Let's see if I can find the map first. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alright. Coming back to here and Count Goldream has no spell slots left, I don't believe. Having no spell slots
no.
left is going to step up. He can stand on the same spot as your pseudo dragon, right? That shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Tiny dragon. He's going to stand face to face with this creature. He's going to avert his eyes and trying to use the shield to see what he's doing. Take a swing with his mace thing. I think it's a mace that he has. Who knows? Alright, I've got to swap over to here and then go to the character sheet. Mace, yes, so he's going to attack with disadvantage. He's only got a +1 to hit, it's not great. Roll. And misses. Misses with his attack, unfortunately. Things are not looking good here, guys, not gonna lie. What do we do now? I don't think he has anything that he can do as a bonus action. So I guess that's all he can do. Hold the line. End of his turn. Now we have the Basilisk's turn. The Basilisk is going to return the favor. Take another bite. This time, I'm going to say he will attack Goldream, being the larger of the two targets. 8. It's going to be a miss, definitely a miss. So that's good. Bit of luck for you guys. Hakeem, assuming a death save here.
Okay. Hakeem. Why do I have full hit points again? Let me just bring myself back down to 0. I had to refresh the page. There we go. Okay. Death save. So that's a Constitution saving throw?
Yes. Actually, I think it's just a flat 20. It's not
just a D20.
Yeah, just a D20. If it's above 10, it's a success.
Forever DM, it's been too long since I've done this. I kill people, I don't die myself.
You don't do the die.
Okay. Oh, that's a fail. That's 1 failure.
Alright. Good start, good start. Kayrick. He is going to roll a D20. Let's see what he does.
Oh, my dragon.
Oh, your dragon. Yes, of course. Sorry, I haven't added him to combat tracker, but yes, it's the dragon's turn.
So he will make a little swipey swipe at the Basilisk. So +3 to hit. No. 7 to hit. I'm guessing that misses.
Yes, that does indeed miss.
So he'll what he will do, however, with his movement is trying to protect me. He's going to get out of underneath Goldream's legs and stand in my square instead, trying to cover my body, like a protecting mother cat. And that'll be his turn.
Alrighty then. I'll just quickly read this. I think I need to make another. So, on a failed save, the creature magically begins to turn to stone as restrained. It must repeat the saving throw on the end of its next turn. On a success, the effect on the end of its next turn. Oh, but it is restrained.
Yeah, restrained is just that they have 0 movement. They can still do stuff.
They can still do things. Unfortunately.
So, what's his name? Could have still done a medicine check on me.
He could have. Let's roll that medicine check. That is an 11 on the medicine check.
Sweet. I'll let you, obviously, because you're the DM. The way that I think it usually works is when they do a medicine check, if it succeeds, they basically just give you 1 success on your passes.
Okay, yep, I'm happy to do it that way. I think usually the way I do it, it just means you're stable, but I'm happy to do it
okay.
that way. Yeah, you're just...
No, well, it's a 1 shot. Let's put it more on the edge. Bit of danger. So I'm 1 fail, 1 succeed.
1 fail, 1 succeed. All right, we got these people. They're just going to stay there because they're useless. It is Niels' turn again, so he's actually going to roll that medicine check again. You can see he's in pain trying to move, and that's a natural 1, so that's not going to be a success. And now he needs to roll another Constitution saving throw to see if he is permanently turned to stone, and he is. He kneels down next to you, and his movements become sluggish.
Did you just make Niels kneel?
I did make Niels kneel.
And he'll be kneeling forever.
We can now call him Kneeling Chedisk. And his movements become janky, and dust seems to start like stone dust, like falling off his hands, and he turns and looks at his hands. The last thing that you can see, or that Count Goldream can see, is Niels Chedisk's eyes moving around before they too turn to stone. And he is petrified. And we're back to Thistle's turn. What do you want to do? Let's go back over to there.
Did Count Goldream have a turn?
He did. He made an
Oh,
attack.
he just attacked with the mace again. Okay.
Hoping to kill this thing and bring this to an end. Unfortunately, he missed. Rolling with disadvantage as he did.
What was the riddle again? One more time. I'm sorry.
The riddle reads: In his name scribe words of hidden truth. Blessing shall be bestowed upon the. Fuck off, whatever that thing is.
Yeah,
Approved.
hidden truth, a secret. You just kind of said what everyone knows.
Ah, I see. I understand. Okay. A secret about this or okay, I got one. So in the book she writes, when she was younger, she intentionally hurt someone and caused them a great deal of pain, and that she's learned to be kinder, but that great deal, like, she intentionally hurt someone in her youth, and now this is what's caused her to learn from it and be a good person. But she doesn't like talking about it because, like, you know, she intentionally hurt someone. So she writes that down.
Alright, you write that down in the book, and for a moment the ink glows with a pure white light which reflects off your eyes, and you can feel a blessing being bestowed upon you, and the poison condition is removed from you.
Lit.
Oh, does that also? Yeah. So you'd also get back your temporary hit points
So
that are taken away.
You'll get back your hit points. And I will also say Count Goldream notices the basilisk sort of rear back momentarily. Sort of trying to cover its own eyes, like blinking and with its paw trying to cover its own eyes. That's but you don't notice that. You just notice, you get this feeling that you've been cleansed of this poison. Yes, and I would say that would be a bonus action or free action to use.
Okay.
So you can move and you can use a standard action.
Okay, well, I'd like to use my movement to get back to the group in whatever way you see fit.
All right.
So if I
will
can just
say-
use my movement and my action to...
Yep, double move. You will get just back to the, like, just before you breach the surface of the pool, back where everyone else is. So I will just bring
Perfect.
us back over to there. Wait for that to load in. That could take a second.
And knowing he said basilisk and knowing that they petrify you, she'd like to close her eyes as well.
Yep. Okay, no problem at all. You can, on the beginning of your turn, you can choose to avert your eyes so that you can't see it.
Okay.
But that will give you disadvantage if you're trying to hit it or cast a ranged spell attack against it or something like that.
Yeah.
So you can avert your eyes at the start of your next turn. Now it is Count Goldream's turn. He is still averting his eyes, and he's going to make another attack. Let's go to Count Goldream. Use his sheet. Another attack with his mace. For a 14. Does he get a +1 from his spell? Let me have a quick look. Magic weapon. +1 range attack. It does, so that is a hit. Hooray! Look at that. Count Goldream for the win.
Woohoo! Save me,
So he's going
please.
to do 1d6 points of damage. 6! I say 6. 6 points of damage. Because he has a -1 to his strength, but then he has the +1 from the magic weapon. So not too bad. And then he's going to remain where he is. So we're going to go with a that many hit points remaining. Next turn is the basilisk. It will once again take a bite. quicker if I roll a real dice here. So that's going to be a miss. And it is your turn. Give us another saving throw.
Come on, nat 20. If I get a nat 20, that'll be 2 succeeds, and I'll stand up with 1 hit point. Please, 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 please. That is a 5. So that is another fail.
Fail. Will this be a short life for Hakim?
Hey, he's lived a long time. He's. Let me check my sheet. Hakim is 27 years old.
No.
But yeah, Hakim is not looking good. After his turn will be his Soul. Soul will take another swipe, trying to defend his master. Ooh, unnatural 20 to hit, and will deal 1d6 plus 2 piercing damage as it bites into another one of the legs. 7 damage.
7 points of damage. It's not looking good. This creature. It's on its last legs.
Thank God. And yeah, that'll be his turn.
It's actually got down to Silverscar's turn, and since she's only restrained, she's just going to avert her eyes, and well, I think she still has to make the saving throw. So
Yeah.
it's not 2d20. Just want to roll 1d20.
Come on, go down through. We don't need more stone people kneeling.
Actually, you rolled 2. That was silly. I'm taking the first one I saw, which is a natural 19. The other one's a 15 anyway.
Yes.
Alright,
Alright.
so she passes. She's going to avert her eyes. She's not sure what to do. She is going to...
Oh well, the second one, it's on the end of their turn, right? So she can't do
Oh, yes,
anything.
that's the end of her turn. Correct.
Her movement's 0, so if she wants, she can shout or throw a rock or hold an action for something.
Well, it is the end of her turn, so yeah, she just has to... That's it, because she couldn't do anything for her turn. On the end of her turn, she makes a save, so... She could have thrown a rock, but no, that's
Do you
not
want her to
gonna
take the dodge action? I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense. She's scared.
happen. Yep, that'll be what they do. That'll be what they do. You're dead. Thistle, you are back in action. I'm going to say it's going to take 10 feet of movement to surface from the water. No, you're already there. There you are. So to get out of the water, it will take 10 feet of movement, and then you still have whatever's left.
Okay, so obviously I'm gonna avert my eyes, and I'm gonna move up to the kneeling kneeler, and duck behind him, and seeing my friend down, I am going to cast a Cure Wounds. Oh wait, that's a touch spell, isn't it? That is a touch spell.
Neil is
Danielle,
kneeling because of the way that Sven said it. Could you climb over Neil?
Maybe. Sven, can I click?
You did say he was kneeling.
Let me have a look. 10, 15,
Can I
20.
jump over Neil? I've got 10 feet of movement left.
He's not a standing stone statue. He's a kneeling
He's a
stone
kneeling.
statue.
Niels is kneeling. All right, I'll allow it.
I have 15 feet. Okay, Cure Wounds.
Okay, let's pop you on that side. There- Lovely. Thank God, because I had
Awesome.
one more death save until I was dead.
I know. So I will cast a Cure Wounds. I assume you're willing. That is
Yes.
just an 8 on the Cure
Okay.
Like, it's like you said, he's had a long life. Just let him go.
Wounds. No.
Okay, so was it 8 hit points?
8, yeah.
Lovely. I will gladly take it. Boom. I'm no longer dead.
You're welcome.
Oh, I think my character... Oh, there we go, it updated. Perfect.
End of your turn.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Count Goldream. Give me another attack, my friends. Let's find
Oh,
out.
did you want to, because you haven't done it yet, did you want a spirit totem? It's a bonus action.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Oh, thank you for that. And I have an attack one too. Oh, it's also a bonus action of wild shape. I can only do one. It's a bonus action. Let's see.
If you did the
This
endurance, it would give us
battle.
all temporary hit points. That's pretty dope. Oh, but if you... sorry, it's a ability checks, not saving throws. I thought the unicorn might be able to save us from the petrification.
No. I will just cast the bear spirit. I don't know what my thing is with bears, but I will cast a bear spirit.
That makes sense.
And so everyone gains 5 temporary hit points, plus 3.
So 8.
And everyone gains advantage on strength and strength saving throws.
Lovely. I will gladly take 8 temporary, putting me up to 16. Thank God.
Temporary hit points. Was it 8 temporary hit points, sorry? Yes?
Yeah.
Alright. There you go. Count roll.
My soul also gets 8, please. Thank you.
Alright.
Awesome.
Dope bear spirit. Okay, lovely. Yeah.
Alright, let's just remember that it has 8 temporary hit points. Okay. Count Gold Dream. Now you may make your attack. Okay, DM. Best DM I've ever had. Oh, thank you, Hadrian. That's nice of you to say.
But Hadrian, you're being such a suck up tonight.
I guess he doesn't want to die.
Yeah.
Disadvantage. As he's still averting his eyes. 6 to hit, that's a miss. Sorry about that, guys. He says, as it is now the Basilisk's turn. He's got 3 targets now to attack, but there's only 2 that are big enough to warrant his attention. So he's going to roll a d4. 1, 2 is Count Goldream. 3, 4 is Hakim.
Just because I don't want to die, and because I don't, obviously, like, Hadrian's not here, he's got disadvantage anyway, so Sacred Flame's disadvantage wouldn't be a problem, because he's within 5 feet and it's a ranged spell, but it's a +6 to hit rather than his mace, which is a +1.
Let me
Question
see if
mark?
that makes a difference, just because I'm just trying to quickly play his character.
Well, if we kill the Basilisk quicker, that's better for you.
Let me just see. So he rolled. It still would have been a miss.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I was just checking because it's a higher to hit and a higher damage, so
So it's a +5 to hit, right?
+6.
+6. Actually, no, that would have been it. No, it still would have been a disadvantage. Still would have been a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All good. Worth trying. Okay.
No, I appreciate it. Keep me honest. I'm gonna forget a lot of things playing a character and DMing at the same time.
It's a lot to do. Also, just in case I can weasel out of this as well, Soul is standing over me like a protecting mother trying to guard my body.
All right. I roll a d6.
Yeah!
1, 2 is Goldring.
Yep.
3, 4 is your dragon.
Yep.
5, 6 is you.
Come on, not 5, 6. Come on.
Come on, 6. Come on, give me that natty 6, 5.
It just
Alright.
got up.
This attack
Okay.
is coming your way. Oh, hey, you can survive this. It could miss, and even
Please.
even if it does chunky damage, it could still not kill you. Let's roll to attack first. No, that's definitely going to be a hit. With a
Okay.
23. Now let's roll some damage. Oh, maximum damage. Oh, not quite. Almost maximum damage. So that's going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so let's take away 13, so that puts me on 3 health.
If I roll
With
minimum damage
six.
now, you're fine.
Please, 2 ones. 2 ones, come on. D&D gods.
It's a 1 and a 4.
Oh, thank God.
No! I go back down.
You go back.
And you took the hit points into account, the temporary ones?
Yeah, I had 16. It was so close. It was 2 damage over what I had.
And you may
Good
as well
try,
roll
though.
me roll me one of those death saves straight away because it is your turn.
Oh, D20. Come on, natural 20. Come on, natural 20. 18. That's a pass. Better than nothing.
Pass. That's good enough.
Okay.
You
My dragon is going to.
Oh yes.
You attacked my master. Oh.
Natty 20. Is that a natty 20?
Nat,
It is.
Nat 20. His soul in anger that his master just got attacked lands a crit, dealing 9 piercing as I rolled a 1 and a 6 plus 2.
I've got to be kidding me with this right now. Unbelievable. Describe his kill.
Soul, this little cat-sized baby white dragon, sees his master Karim fall to the ground. He was just not even standing up, like comedically. He was kind of like on the ground, leaning on his elbow. Basilisk leans down and rips into his neck, and Karim falls to the ground again. And just in complete chaos, going more bestial rather than wise dragon now, he jumps up, grabbing the bottom of the gullet of the basilisk, its neck, and just starts biting down as hard as it can, and slowly rips away at the neck of the basilisk.
Blood sprays forth, this weird bluish sort of bluish purple iridescent sort of blood just sprays outwards, just absolutely covering Count Goldring head to toe in this weird substance as the creature gurgles as it collapses down to the ground, and a pool of this blue and purple blood starts to pool around its body. We are out of combat and we are almost out of time. So I'm going
Digital
to
high five.
hand wave this. Oh, sorry, the camera's over there. It's not over there. I'm going to DM hand wave this to get us through to the end of this particular campaign.
Easy.
You guys, Gordanthu Silverscar and Kairik Antisar come over and help pick up Niels Chedesk between the two of them, as well as the help of some of the other commoners there. They start carrying his body. We didn't really figure out what happened to Butterfinger's statue after you wild saved. I imagine it probably would have fallen off, but let's just say you can carry that with you as well.
We get it, yeah.
You make your way through the winding corridors. I'm just going to reveal everything now, just so everyone can see what's going on. Reveal all. Okay. And go to this, so that everyone can see it.
I see a female basilisk with, is that a baby one just there?
Yeah, so I just put the little baby one there to represent the fact that this was in fact a mating pair, and they had a hatch of eggs. As you guys make your way through the corridors heading towards the north, you can see this steam start hissing from cracks, and the temperature rises very quickly. And you turn to look down the hallway here, and you can see another basilisk standing over the top of a brood of eggs built into like this nest that's dug into the ground by their razor sharp claws. You make your way past that. She doesn't give chase. She only makes it to the end of this hallway before she turns back and keeps a check over the creatures. There's a stream. You guys splash across the stream.
Ignore the roll, keep talking.
That 6 that you rolled there? Yeah, okay, I'll ignore that. I won't tell anyone about that 6 that you rolled. That 6 in animal handling that you just rolled. Cheekily. You get to the northern section. You find at the end of a corridor there's like this old serviceable steel ladder, and you guys start climbing up it. At the end of that, there is a wooden hatch. You push it open, and we'll move over to the last scene.
Before, as we're walking through everywhere, do we see a stone Rewald?
You do see a stone Rewald in a chamber full of like debris and bodies that have been petrified and gnawed
I'd like to
upon.
imagine that everyone told Hakim what Roald did, and with Hakim's bonds and ideals, we'll make, just to quickly get this out of the way, we'll use his great sword and slash into Roald's stone body, turning him to
Alright.
dust.
I roll to see if if your sword breaks. Did I change everyone to this? Yes. Can you all see that little scene that I have going there?
Might just take a second.
No, did I not press it correctly? Try again.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Lovely.
There we go. Look at that.
Mountain elks in a river, and we're finally in daylight again, and we're on the other side of the mountain range.
I will read you the final note, the final little bit of flavor text. It takes your eyes a moment to adjust to the sudden glare of the sun after your time spent in the Stygian darkness of the caves below. You can see that you're on a ledge perched upon the side of a hill, the trapdoor disguised among a copse of hardy pine trees and shrubberies. You collect yourself, scan the scene beyond the rocky cliff face. You spot an almost imperceptible goat path leading down to the verdant valley beyond. What catches your eye, however, is the hundreds of brightly coloured tents and gently flapping banners, animated by the breeze, arrayed in the valley beyond. The sounds of trees being cut and the hoarse voices of barking orders echo across the valley. That's the end of our adventure. Well done, everybody. Most of you managed to make it out without being permanently petrified. How do you feel?
Lovely. Hakim takes a deep breath, finally being on his feet, scratches Saul's neck, and begins walking down to the tents.
What does Thistle do?
Thistle, looking around, seeing that she finally made it out, like, looks up at the skies. She's like, didn't get lost, and then follow Hakim down the mountain trail.
Hakim would probably ask Thistle if you can summon the little bear again, and I guess I'd like to imagine that me and Hakim and Thistle start bonding as Saul and Barry start fighting again, and slowly become friends.
We
Yeah.
cut away to the scene of a group of survivors from a horrible demon attack. Count Goldream, Hakim, and Thistle, and the civilians carrying a pair of statues, and we pan away and we can see this military camp arrayed in the Basalt Ridge below. The end?
Dun, dun,
Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you joining me for this. It has been an absolutely amazing session, as always. Yeah, what can I say? You guys have been amazing, an amazing cast, and I got to thank the audience as well. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
A lot of fun finally getting to play. I got to attack for one turn.
All right. I have to get off to work, so I'm going to have to hand it over to Christian for a quick signing off message, and then we're going to call it a night.
Lovely. Well, as all of Sven's signing offs have been, it's very kind of sweet, kind-hearted words with how crazy everything's been. Obviously, majority of you people probably watching in Australia. If you're not, cheers for giving a watch to something overseas. Obviously, we're not able to kind of get around with everything with COVID happening, which is one of the bad things in the world. Australia obviously is going through a lot of troubles as well with some governmental choices, and then you've got even local for us in Queensland here, the storms and floods, which are just ruining a lot of people's houses. a lot of damage. It's a lot more extreme than a lot of people are expecting. So for everyone out there, my little takeaway, I guess, is to be grateful of the things that you do have, in particularly friends and family. For those of you that have gone through a lot of stuff with all of these other extremities happening, it can make life very tough. You've already got enough on your plate to deal with without third-party problems. So for those people that do take care of you and look after you, siblings, parents, close friends, family that you've made that aren't blood, whatever it is, make sure that you thank those people and tell them that. Don't just think it, because that's what I do.
Hold on to the people that are most dearest to you. Never let them go. Hold them tightly. Hold your D20 even tighter. And particularly, thank you very much for joining us tonight, guys. That's all we have time for. Good night.
Night, guys.